up and running. We are live from the 2022 Jimmy Johnson National Billfish Championship, the Quest for the Ring, and this is the Connected by Water podcast, powered by Joey Accardi, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and fueled by Papa's Pilar Rum, who remind you to never be a spectator. And I want to just say that we are proud to be podcasting from here once again. We had to skip last year because of the you-know-what, the word that we don't discuss on this show.
We do not say that word, Dennis.
And joining me is my very dear friend from Papa's Pilar Rum, Mike Myatt. And we have a special guest with us, Jason Ferguson, better known as Ferg.
Live, that's right.
And he's one of the guys that keeps the wheels turning around here. And here we are at the Jimmy Johnson. The tournament is over. We have all the results.
We do.
Right? We know who did good. We know who didn't do so good. And I can tell you right now, I don't know if anyone can really be judged on this one because there wasn't a ton of fish caught.
True.
But it was tight and it was hard, right? And make your jokes on that one.
Well, you know what? Is that Dennis and Ferg and I, we didn't fish and we came in 10th.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same position every year.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I'm consistent.
There you go.
Right.
I came in first for drinking Papa's Pilar Rum, though. I can tell you that right now.
Well, you know what? It takes a lean horse for a long race, Dennis, and you're there.
Absolutely.
I'm going to turn the tables a little bit on Dennis right now because Dennis is always talking up other people and the good deeds that they do. We've been fortunate to be partners. We've been friends for a decade. We've been partners for about 3 years.
Okay.
And been fortunate to be with Connected by Water because behind the scenes, Dennis spends hundreds of hours a year and tens of thousands of dollars on raising money for assorted charities.
Absolutely do.
And I got to say, to have him be part of the Papa's Pilar community, we couldn't be prouder of the affiliation. And you know what? He dresses himself up with Coach Jimmy Johnson, 2022 Hall of Fame Coach Jimmy
Absolutely.
Johnson.
Coach Jimmy Johnson joining us today. So we are starting off our podcast with a bang, my friend. Coach, it's an honor. It's a pleasure. And here we are in our 11th year. Can you believe it?
It's unbelievable. And you know what? It gets better every single year.
Doesn't it?
Since Todd and Valerie Roy took this thing over, it just skyrocketed. And then we went with the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. It just got that much better.
Right. Sure did.
And now with Papa's Pilar, hey,
it's all the time.
That's all you need sometimes, right?
Hey, get that man a drink. Get that man a drink.
And joining us as well as Todd Roy,
Dennis,
the mastermind behind it all.
No, we love it. Especially once we get to Saturday. We start off the week, and I tell everybody the same thing. We sell hope all year long. We're telling people you got to get in it. We sell them hope, and they think they got a chance, and they come Tuesday night, and they are fired up, and, we got this. We got this. And everybody's going to win it, and they tell me their strategy, but they don't tell me their secrets. And then all of a sudden Thursday hits, and everybody sort of slows down, and the fishing was a little slow this year, but they wake up on Friday morning, and everybody still had a chance. They're like, hey, if I get a double early, next thing you know, I'm right back in it. It went down to the wire again, and it was fabulous. It was just a great, great time.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head.
And Todd, after all the fishing, when they go through the gifting experience, it's amazing. Making a difference who won, who didn't win.
That's right.
Every one of them come up to me and say, boy, Coach, this is a great, great tournament. We love this.
There's no other event in the world, fishing event, and I've been to them in 50 countries, that compares with this gifting experience because, as you said, not everybody wins.
Yeah.
But once they haul their wagon down the hallway, everyone's a winner. Right?
Everybody.
Everyone's a winner.
And everybody likes free stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And listen, when we were, it started this event, and as we were working towards it, it was getting better, and we brought in more people. And also, we're representing Jimmy's name, our brand of the tournament, but it's Jimmy's name that's on it. And everything's just got to be done first class, and we're proud of that. We think of what are the 10 things that you want to have at a fishing tournament. Well, right off the bat, prize money. We've got that. The rings, nobody's got that. The gifting, there's nobody in the world that does the gifting like we do. The parties, the food, the entertainment. We've got live entertainment every single night. And it just goes on and on to where you add all that up. And when you're the best at every category, every tournament it's not even comparable.
It's a winner.
Yeah.
And Todd, just talking to some of the winners here over the last, 11
years.
11 years.
11 years.
Talking to the winners. Now, they win a good bit of money.
Yes.
But every one of them said, Coach, I'm not concerned about how much money we won. I want that ring.
That's it.
They want to be in the
want
Ring
that.
of Honor.
Oh, they do. I've seen a couple teams that have been brokenhearted because they were one fish too short. They
Yep.
didn't have that one catch. One was 26 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay? They still won a couple $100,000, but it doesn't matter. They didn't get this.
They didn't get the ring.
Yeah.
It's about pride. It's
Yeah.
about bragging rights.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is 100%. Now, Coach, last time we did this together, you were pre-Hall of Fame. Now you are post-Hall of Fame.
Well, I've got to get on J-Ro because he always forgets it every time he introduces me. I went into the College Football Hall of Fame about 10 years or so ago. And really, I didn't win the games. I had great assistant coaches, great players at University of Miami. They won the game. But I went to the College Hall of Fame. And then about 4 years ago, I went into the Broadcasting Hall of Fame. Now, if you're sitting on the set with Terry Bradshaw, Howie Long, Michael Strahan, you're going to go into the Hall
You
of
are.
Fame.
That's right.
And then in 2020, I ended up going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Of course, I think I've got 17 players in the Pro Football Hall of Fame that I either recruited, coached, or drafted.
Wow, that's great.
That's
and,
incredible.
and so that's probably more than anybody that's ever done it.
Well, that speaks to the team. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like the Fish Heart events. I mean, they have a great team from
Yeah.
top to bottom.
Yeah, we do.
They really
Exactly
do.
I agree.
right.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely, 100%. I watched that Sunday when they honored you, and then Michael was there, and Terry was there, and they all
Right.
had a lot of really nice, great things to say about you. Every bit of everything that they said was earned.
Well,
That's
I
absolutely
appreciate
true.
that. I've been fortunate to be around great people, just
Mm-hmm.
like with this tournament. If you surround yourself with great people that are talented, that are passionate, I've got a lot of coaches and general managers. People come down to the Keys, and they ask, hey, give me a couple of secrets. Hey, R.C. Buford, the general manager of the Spurs, he's been down there a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Coach, Popovich is going to probably leave one of these days. Would you be concerned about a college coach? I said, listen, if I'm hiring somebody, just like with assistant coaches or telling a general manager to hire a head coach, give me somebody that's intelligent, that's passionate about what they do, that's willing to work around the clock to get it done.
No doubt.
I don't care what they know.
Right.
They'll learn what to do. But that's what we have with this tournament with Todd. He's passionate, he's smart, and he'll work around the clock. That's why it's so successful.
And on our
No,
behalf,
thank you,
Puppa's-
Coach. We appreciate that because we do. Then that's exactly it. And that's what it takes. It takes, we were talking about my little guy, Jack, hitting home runs.
Yeah.
And, there's a bunch of kids in the league, and everybody's doing their thing, but nobody's outworking him. He's doing 1,000 swings a week right now.
Wow.
And I mean,
That's
that's why,
outstanding.
there's 6 kids in the league that all have 1 home run. He's got 12. Right. I
Yeah.
mean,
Tater.
But it's not because he was born. He was just, he's working at it. He's athletic. He's smart, but he just wants to work. Come on, Dad. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yep.
But Todd, I've got to take credit for these last 4. Because Val had me do the video for
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had my Hall of Fame, shirt on, and I said, Jack, let me tell you, I'm in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and I never hit a walk-off home run.
Right.
Congratulations.
Oh, and he heard that. He was so excited. He went the next game and hit 4 swings, 4 home runs. And he was just like, did you tell Coach?
Tough day at the office. Well, on behalf of being a sponsor with the tournament, way back when it first started out, I mean, we're the world's most ultra premium rum.
Oh, yeah.
The way that the effort that we put into it, the team that we have behind it. And, we get to pick and choose where we go, and we've always chosen to be with these guys.
What you guys have done in the last 10 years is remarkable because there's a lot of people trying to, some craft liquors of different sorts and stuff, and they're trying to hit the market, and they can't penetrate.
Right.
These guys made a good product. They've got a great team, and they were patient, and they've worked it, but they're knocking on doors, and they're getting a product out there. And
we
where
are.
they are now, and I don't even know numbers, but I know that you guys are getting a market share.
We're starting to double every year.
Yeah.
I can tell you this 100% because a lot of times celebrities will do an endorsement, et cetera, et cetera. every time I go out fishing, me and my buddies, we'll have a cold drink on the boat. But as soon as that boat hits the dock and we wash the boat and clean the fish, we're in that pool and we have some papas right there.
There
Perfect,
you go.
right.
That's it. That's
Since
it.
we're on
Hey,
the
back
topic,
the car up over there. Fill up Coach's trunk right now.
since we're on the topic, I'd be remiss not to mention the fact that I have also been with this tournament since its inception.
Yes, you have.
And this tournament is always a soft spot in my heart. It really is, because I have literally grown up in this tournament.
Yeah.
And as an artist, as a professional, and this is always my favorite time of year. It always happens on the week of my birthday. I mean, this is always just the most special week.
I remember the first year you were doing little stick figures
That's
and
it.
stuff.
Little
You've come-
stick figures,
Macaroni- macaroni and
little
cane.
coconuts, and no, but I mean, it really has been such an honor to work with you and you.
No, it's
all
been
these
great.
years.
And he does all the branding. So every time
Yeah.
you see something, that Dennis does that. He
Right.
designs all that. His just the talent that comes out from here through here is I can't do it.
And to brag on him a little bit, it resonates from him all through his team. I mean, the podcast that he does.
Yep.
He's got an entire Papa's Pilar bar at his gallery. There's no
Oh,
other.
really?
There's
I'd
no other
love for you to
artist in
visit
the
one
world.
day. I think you'd like the place.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you'd like the place a lot.
I may have to go there after fishing.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Well, listen.
Good.
We thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, or from the bottom of our hearts, for everything that you do.
Well,
Yeah,
For
thank
everything
you.
Thanks,
you do,
Coach.
everything
Thank
do,
you.
Really.
First
Yeah.
class all the way. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Dennis. Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely.
Okay,
My
appreciate
pleasure,
it,
brother.
Okay, guys.
Every time.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. I'm holding off for a little bit.
You're holding on well. You're looking good, Coach. You're looking good.
Thank you, Coach.
Well,
Wow, that was a surprise. He wasn't scheduled to come on until what do I have him until 4:30. So
But
he
you-
came on 15 minutes.
But you
early. It
know
was
what?
nice.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
You know, he's one of those guys that when he shows up and he walks around the entire gifting suite, spends time everywhere, but he spends most of his time at the Papa's Pilar booth
right.
or your booth.
Right.
And, you know,
I think we took about 12 dozen photos with him and the guitar today. It was
Right.
a
Perfect.
lot of fun. He enjoys it. He signs it, and
Well,
You
you
know.
know, he gives his time.
Yeah.
He just doesn't lend his name. He gives his time. And quite frankly, it's a community. And
Right.
you and I have talked about communities a lot.
it's so important. It
It-
really is. It's
it is
actually the
important.
most important. And that really is what the name Connected by Water is all about when it comes down to it. The reason that we named our company that is because we recognized the community, the bubble, and how it's really just, it goes beyond just the bubble. You think you're in a bubble, but really we're all connected by water.
We are connected
Yeah.
by water. And, you
And
know,
if that doesn't speak community, then I don't know what does.
with Papa's Pilar, it's very, very uncommon that you get a company, and we're a Florida-based company. We're also national, international, distributed, but we support Captains for Clean Water.
Mhm.
We support, of our 40 ambassadors, I think we sit on 32 different water boards,
That's great.
and because it's about water.
It's all about water.
And as you know, when you build in a community, it's not so much you're asking people to join your community, but you're asking to join theirs.
Correct.
Because then you get the reach. Then
Yep.
you get, it starts to feather out. You get their followers, and you get like-minded people. Two like-minded people, you can turn that into tens of thousands.
You hear a lot of people complain about, how the world is, or, all these different things about society and today, and how can you make a difference? It's almost like people feel defeated when they start talking like that.
Right.
But really, at the end of the day, when you build it, like we're talking about building it organically and truthfully and honestly,
Yep.
and lovingly, quite frankly, that's how you can make the change.
It's passion. Everybody can make a difference. You know what
Yeah.
they need to do? Take one step,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Make one phone call.
Yeah.
Put one post. You can make a difference. We're dealing with the state of Florida on a water bill that has to do with getting, Lake Okeechobee, getting the water send it south.
Right.
I mean, east-west doesn't work. It's not natural. We're losing seagrasses in Florida Bay.
Absolutely.
We're losing, bait fish down in Florida Bay. You go to flats that used to have 3 feet of eelgrass on them, and now you have baby barracuda and maybe a crab that's lost.
Yeah.
But you can make a difference. You can get involved. You can get educated.
You got to get educated.
You have to get
that's
educated.
the thing. You got to know your head from your ass when it comes to this stuff, because
That's right.
if you don't, then you're gonna get in the way. Lead follower, get out of the way.
Listen,
Right?
if you don't know your head from your ass, you're probably wiping the wrong thing.
That's right.
Okay.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I really want to say that, that's one of the reasons. There's many reasons. One of the reasons that we get so excited about our relationship with you guys, because we know where you guys stand
Right.
on it, because there's a bottom dollar value in this world, but there is also intrinsic value in this world, and that is worth a ton more.
Well, you know what? We conservation is in our DNA,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in yours. And
Right.
it's just, it's a true partnership.
100%.
I mean, we don't sponsor events. We either partner or we don't partner. And
it's exactly the way we've always done it too.
what we've been doing together, the difference that we've been able to make,
Right.
I'm proud of it, man.
You know how I started doing that? I was talking to a good friend of mine, Bernard Paulus, which is Nicole's father.
Sure.
Right? He's a very accomplished businessman. Early on in my career, I'm like, I wanted to get involved with these guys, and they wanted this much for sponsorship, and I didn't have any money, and I was just starting out. And he goes, you know what you tell them, Dennis? He goes, listen, what I can't give you in money, I can give you in time.
Sure.
And he goes, explain to them that's a hell of a lot more valuable, right? And that's
Much
how
more
I
valuable.
started. And I took that advice to heart, and that's how I started. And I started realizing, wow, that's actually a better way to operate
It's a much better way
than
to
throwing
operate.
money at your problems.
You know what? You can throw money at problems. Money doesn't fix stuff. You know what fixes stuff is passion, hands-on,
Yeah,
grassroots, and like you said, grow organically.
right.
Whether it's with a partner, whether it's with an organization, whether it's, it's family, it's
Yeah.
community.
Yep.
And if you lose that sense of community, that's when you start to feel like despair. Like, I can't make a difference.
Right.
Everybody can make a difference. It doesn't matter if you're a corporation or if you're an individual.
Mhm.
Everybody can make a difference. Just get involved. Get your hands wet. Get your kids out there. Put the iPhone down for a minute.
Yeah.
Go fishing. Go to the beach. Go surfing. Just get out there, get some sun on your face, and the world will make a lot more sense to you.
Sometimes I try to think about, because the fishing community is a very powerful community.
Yes.
And it speaks volumes, to the network of it all. But I always wonder, like, to me, the fishing community just always seems much more powerful than any of the rest of them. And I try to ask myself why. I just can't put my finger on it most of the times, though.
It's passion. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody that fishes, particularly take tournaments, for example. None of these guys that are fishing this tournament ever started to fish to make a check.
Right.
Okay. And they didn't continue fishing to make a check.
Mm-hmm.
They chose a lifestyle and they live it. And, quite frankly, I was fortunate enough. I grew up in northern Maine.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even have ABC. There was no Monday Night Football till I was like 17 years old.
Right.
So we grew up fishing and hunting, and, some of us were trapping. But fishing was always accessible. And in this day and age, there's fishing clinics put on by IGFA, by Fish Florida, local fishing clubs. There's
Mhm.
ways that you can get your kids involved.
I'm glad you brought up the local fishing clubs, because I think that's really, really important for people to get involved with at the local level, because
Absolutely.
things can spawn out, from there.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, what you mentioned about, having the passion before the dollar. I was talking to Paul Robertson from Fishing for Muscular Dystrophy
Yeah.
just a
Great
few
group.
minutes ago.
Just
outstanding.
Outstanding, man.
Paul's one of the best people I've ever
He
met in
is.
my entire life. He really is. I call him Mr. Wonderful because he truly is. But he was telling me about how they lost one at the boat in the last hour, and they were right there.
Mhm.
And how they lost one about an hour ago, or an hour before, and they hooked up with one at 4:01.
Yeah.
Those three fish would have won the
Sure.
tournament for them,
Sure.
as close as they were. And I said, "Oh, Paul, I'm so sorry. I felt so bad for him." He goes, "Dennis, we had a great time.
Yeah, it's fishing.
That's probably the best tournament we've ever had in South Florida, because they come from Maryland,
Sure.
right?" He goes, "It's the best South Florida tournament that we've ever had." And I'm just thankful, is what he said. I said, "Man, that's a great outlook."
Well, if you can't have a good time when you're going fishing, particularly with family and or friends,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Grab a golf club.
Yep.
I guarantee you'll start fishing again pretty soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. We got another guy joining us here, Jordan DeLong from Contender Boats.
Yes.
How you doing, Jordan?
I'm doing well.
How are you, brother?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So you are also a title sponsor for the tournament, and you guys have been with the tournament pretty much the whole entire run, haven't you?
Yes.
So kind of give us your opinion on your thoughts about this tournament and what it means to Contender Boats.
Obviously, the format and the layout of the tournament itself is incredible, and especially open up the boundaries and allowing more people to fish and better competition, which is always good.
Yep.
And you can't deny the social aspect of the tournament here and the parties that are put on.
That is true. We talked about that a little bit ago. This is the biggest party off. Whether it's the greatest show on surf or whatever we're going to start calling this thing, right? It really is. I mean, that's what people always say. All right, another tournament. Okay, $1 million. All right, cool. Everyone likes money, and you know what I mean. But really, everyone blows this tournament up just because of everything that's happening today. And it happens all week, really.
You take a look at the presenting sponsors: Yamaha, Contender, Papa's Pilar. I mean, you get ultra premium brands.
Yeah.
And we want to be, involved together. We want to push this thing forward. And you guys get it. I mean, you have Amanda and Rob over there now, right?
Yep, absolutely.
There you go.
Yep.
She's one of my favorites.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Rob's okay.
Yeah.
But I like Amanda a lot.
That's a common sentiment.
Tell me a little bit about the new Contender you guys have that just came out.
The 44.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an incredible boat. I mean,
I have a good friend of mine, Nate Klutznick,
Yeah.
Florida man.
Absolutely.
Just got his hands on one. He's absolutely in love with that boat, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, he built a beautiful one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's game changing. I mean, really, even with the 39s, everybody says, "Oh, what a big boat,"
Mhm.
But we run into the issue over and over again of running out of room to put stuff in the boat,
Right.
And we got the 44, and the first one is like, well, I don't know how anybody's going to fill this up, and they quickly figured it out.
Sure. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Nate knows how to fill things up. That's for sure.
Yeah, he was cool to build a boat for. He built a really, really nice one.
He's a great guy too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So take me through some of the details with this. What's changed on this 44 that's so much different than the 39?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing really for me is, the cockpit space and the ability to fish more people, more fuel, obviously bigger boat, runs better in a big sea. It's just, it's really, game changing.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Contender Boats. How long has Contender been? They're a South Florida-based company.
South Florida-based company. We were founded we started building boats in 1982. We were incorporated in 1984.
Okay.
So we've been around quite a while. We're still owned by the same gentleman, the founder, which is very, very rare in the marine boat industry.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, just doing our thing.
So I have somebody told me, and maybe you can shed some light on this, how the name Contender came about. Do you know the backstory of that?
I honestly do not.
You do not. I heard that it was writing names on a napkin and drawing up whatever, and then they couldn't come up with it, and then finally the owner said, "I don't know. I just want my boat to be a contender."
There you go.
And that's how they got the name. I just wanted you to verify or double check that's right.
Contender.
I could have been a contender.
Yeah.
I can't verify, but maybe next time.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Get back to me on that one because I want to verify it because that's a pretty cool story. So
Yeah.
I wanted to see. So talk to us a little bit about this tournament. You guys have been associated with it from the beginning.
Yep.
And give us your opinion on it. Like, I mean, the rule structure is pretty standard across the board. I mean, the best of the best come out to see this one. So give me some of your thoughts on the show.
I think, like I said earlier, I think it's important, when they opened it up to the multi-inlet, I think it really kind of brought everybody in and made it absolutely a world-class event. And, it is the best of the best. And, as far as the rule structure and all that, like you said, it's pretty standard across the board.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy, but, between, like I touched on earlier, between the party tonight and the gifting experience, which you can't beat. Thank you.
It's very generous of them to give their other presenting sponsors a boat too. I mean, I just can't believe I was absolutely blown away.
Absolutely. No, yeah, I fished on a Contender for years. A tournament fished on with the double diamond.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
with Gerard Weigel.
Yeah.
I fished on that boat, tournament fished for about 5 years straight with him. And I used to love that boat. That was a 33 tournament. at the time. I think right.
He bought one of our tournament boats, so he had a 39 at one point.
He's got a 39 now, I
Yep.
think, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but the one I was fishing on was his first Contender, which was the 33.
Okay.
And I mean, I love that boat, and I love fishing on that. You know, it really was just got up and went, and handled beautifully, like very stable vessel.
One of my best friends, Captain Robert Collins, just bought a 39.
Okay.
Great boat.
Yeah.
What a nice platform.
I fished on a 39 all tournament, and it is it's undeniable. I've been fishing on a lot of 44s recently, but you back on a 39, you forget how special that boat is too.
Yeah. I'm actually doing a wrap for a 39 Contender up in Maryland for that Pete Goditis just got for Blood Money.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the name of that boat. So, which is interesting because I know we don't like saying the C word on the show.
No,
but
no C word.
He runs like Blood Money stands for like he's got this blood business, and but he's been making a killing on like COVID testing for all the blood and everything. Like so,
you said it. You said the C word.
I did. I said it. So he wants me to design his wrap with a bunch of those little things, the spiky things.
The spiky things.
Yeah. I'm like, really, Pete? Come on. He's like, I don't know. I made a killing. That's how I got the boat. I'm like, okay. So anyway, Susan.
This stuff just got a lot prettier around here.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you got to hold me. Let's hold on. Turn around the other way. Turn around the other way. Yep. There you go. Because we want to hear your beautiful voice.
Yeah, that 39 special. Your bait system is like the best. I mean, it's so nice to look, after 3/4 of the day and everything's still swimming.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
We definitely hear that a lot. You are able to customize our boats, especially the larger boats, and get exactly what you want. I mean, floor well, you can even pick we have 3 different size floor wells. You can do from a 60 to I think it's a 110 in the floor, and the 2 on the transom. You can add a 3rd in the transom. We can do external wells. So I mean, we definitely.
That's fantastic. Any good boat should be customizable. That's for sure.
Yep.
That's for sure. Joining us here is the fantastic and wonderful good friend of mine, Susan Rennison.
Nice to see you, Nick.
Welcome to the podcast once again.
Thank
You're
you.
no stranger to the show.
I'm not.
Right?
I love it.
Susan here is the head of all the marketing, right? And beyond.
Events.
In
No.
events.
I
All right,
do
in
events
Okay.
and community affairs. We get
All right.
involved in the community and do a lot of good things out there to represent the tribe and the Hard Rock.
Absolutely. So you're the face of this whole thing. You put forth the face of this whole thing, right?
I try.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
You do a fantastic job.
That's why I didn't want to mess up my hair. It's like putting my headsets on. Like, it's important.
Hey, listen.
No, it's good.
Every time I come here, it keeps getting better and better. And I
Right?
live here. But like every time I turn around, you got something new going on.
I
here.
know. This place is amazing.
It's blowing up. It's absolutely exploding.
And you know what? One of the funny things happened where I think COVID, we were one of the places that were so reactive to
C-word.
keeping it
Yep.
clean and, making it a safe environment for people during COVID, that it carried over. And thank God our business is doing well and people are enjoying the environment and the new guitar and all the restaurants and shopping. So, yeah, we've been blessed.
100%. I mean, I remember when last time we podcast, the Guitar Hotel just went up, right?
Oh my God!
But-
right before COVID.
Right
yeah.
before it happened, and I was like, "Oh my God!" It was absolutely beautiful and wonderful, but then we couldn't really enjoy it the way we needed to enjoy it. But now
I
we
know.
can, right? So
now it's back.
yeah, now it's back, 100%.
Fullness, yeah.
So, and Hard Rock Live is just getting like all the shows are coming back, and like the Elton John just played the other night. We got Sting coming here, right? Ringo
Paul
Starr
McCartney.
coming here, Paul McCartney.
But does it get any bigger than Paul McCartney?
No.
Billy Joel. I mean,
Yeah,
we-
Metallica play here too, right?
Metallica
Yeah, not
was
too long
here.
ago.
You have Alicia Keys coming.
There you
Alicia
go.
Okay.
Keys. She's
That's it. She's,
amazing.
So do I call you for tickets, or who do I talk to?
yeah.
Forget you see me. Right? We
stash.
have the most incredible variety of shows. We're supposed to be moving away from classic rock and going towards the younger generation to expose them more. and be more musically diverse.
Mhm.
But I'll tell you, the classic rock stars are just killing it. They are just killing it.
They're bringing the noise. Are you kidding me?
They do bring in the noise. Elton John was an amazing
listen,
show. Rolling Stones. Couldn't believe it.
And you had Guns N' Roses, I think. Listen, I was so upset that we had, not upset, but because I still had a great time Tuesday night up at their rooftop bar, right? But I didn't realize it. We're there, and I'm sitting there, and I look at my phone, and I see someone post it. They're at the Hard Rock, and they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to see Elton John tonight at the Hard Rock. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm actually in the building, and he's playing tonight, and I didn't even know about it. It just shows you how out of touch
probably the
these
most
things are.
embarrassing thing is that you guys were wearing the same outfit.
I don't think that was embarrassing at all, Mike. I like my glitter.
You look good in pink.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So how else has everything been?
Everything is amazing.
Tell me some new things here.
Oh, Lord.
What do you got going on?
We're just experienced such a boon because all of the charity things that we do and all the community involvement, all the casino events, everything's like tripled because it's stacked up.
Yeah.
So, we're doing gala after gala and big parties. We've got the 50th celebration of the Hard Rock coming up.
Really?
It happened during COVID. So we've been celebrating all year, but the culmination of it is June 14th. And it's a big 50th year gala and celebration of all things Hard Rock all over the world.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anything we can do to get involved or help you out with that, please let us know.
No, have you do a 50th painting. Dennis, this year it came incredible as
Thank
usual.
you very much.
But
that 50th year painting's a done deal.
all right.
In my mind, let me know.
And you're involved in Winterfest now. So
that is true.
Yeah, big
so I went to the
news.
Winterfest gala with Britt and Alexa, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was the theme was Frozen. It was over the top and it was phenomenal.
Thank
it was
you.
Absolutely gorgeous, the work that you guys do with that. But I am the artist for the Hard Rock Winterfest this year now. So I am the official artist for this year's Winterfest.
And
Yeah.
they celebrated 50 years last year.
Yep, they said
So,
last year's was 50. This is 51.
Yep.
Right, and I'm proud to be involved. And it's it's this. We got the artwork in the mix right now, getting everything
It's
developed.
incredible.
We're probably going to be rolling some stuff out in March on the down low with the crew and Lisa and all them.
Exciting,
And yeah, but we're excited about the way things are progressing right
We'll
now.
have to do a big press conference.
Absolutely.
Roll you out big.
Yeah, and we have actually big plans because the one thing that Winterfest, the board came to me and said, they said, Dennis, we know that apparel is your bread and butter, and they wanted to do better in that space. So we are actually going to be working on a new apparel program with them as well. So we're not only, I'm not only am I the artist for them, we're actually partnering up with them this year on a
That's
bunch
great.
of initiatives.
And I hate
Because you're right.
I hate to speak out of turn, but Contender with that 110-gallon, live well on the 44, that will be filled with Pilar for the Winterfest boat parade.
Wow.
I
Have
love
you
it.
guys been
Are
in
you
the
going to have
parade?
a boat in the parade?
Could we
Sounds
twist
like
your
now we are.
arm?
You should. It sounds like
Why?
you should.
Yeah.
You really should. It's just such a fun night out on the water,
Right.
and we do some amazing things with it. There are a million people line the Intercoastal for that night.
Well,
And
as an old 501c3 guy for a third of my life, I just like to take the opportunity to say thank you for everything that you guys do for the community. I mean, it's absolutely overwhelming. I mean, Chris and I are friends, but just watching what you guys do in and around the community and the different charities you guys support, well done. I mean, really well done.
that
That's
was
well put,
instilled.
but
It
that
is
is
well
very
put,
true,
and
yeah.
it was something that was instilled by the Seminole Tribal Council
Right.
and the original Seminoles that were involved when we got involved with the Hard Rock portion of it. Where when we started making money here, Max Osceola, Chris, and all of those guys were like, you know what? It's so vital to give back to this community that gave to us when we didn't have shoes, when they were giving
Right.
us shoes, when they were buying our trinkets. And Max said it best one time when they took over the Hard Rock. He said, yeah, we're buying it back one hamburger at a time. So it was a classic Max Osceola.
What a fine
yeah.
gentleman he is, and the expansion and the nationwide reach that you have
It is.
it's
Yep.
humbling.
It is
It's really
incredible. And we do a global philanthropy with our Why Hunger program, but locally, it's really, really important to this tribe that we take care of the community that took care of them. So that's why we're so involved, not only in giving money, because it's like give a person a fish, and
Right.
that
Yeah.
adage that you
Yep.
guys, I'm sure, are very familiar with.
Absolutely.
So we personally get involved and assist them in their fundraising efforts, and take them to another level, and that's as important as giving them money sometimes.
You instill passion, you instill pride, and Dennis and I talked about it earlier, and what you guys do with all your charitable giving, it's time. Time is irreplaceable. Money,
Absolutely.
money's one thing, but if you can teach a person, if you can be involved, you see that pride swelling up in them when they can do it on their own. And then they turn into mentors.
That's exactly right.
Like I say, give a person a contender.
They'll be your friend for the rest of their
They'll be
life.
the friend, and they will teach people to fish. Honest,
Especially if
they
you
will.
fill the live well with Pilar.
I know Joe Niebuhr feels that way.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, Susan, real quick, before you jump off here, I just want to just also speak that I am so proud of the Seminole community, because they don't have to do all the things that you just talked about. They don't have to.
No.
They could do perfectly well just opening up this casino, making it a beautiful place, and just calling it a day right there.
You're
which
absolutely right.
a lot of other communities, I'll say like that, do.
Mm-hmm.
But not the Seminole tribe.
They don't. And they don't rest on their laurels either.
They don't.
They continue not only to give back, but to grow.
Yep.
And to mentor employees and grow people from within and have their reach go a little bit more globally.
Absolutely.
So it's very exciting
Absolutely.
company.
Give me some parting words regarding Todd and Val and this beautiful tournament that they put together.
It's very exciting that we're part of it, and we started at Ocean Reef and with what's that, the Big Chill with Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill.
Yep.
And we were all so enthralled with it, and enthralled with them and the work that they did and how professional the tournament is, that we were determined to bring it here to the Hard Rock. Not only sponsor them there, but get them here. And then we brought them to Atlantic City. So I'm looking forward to that tournament this year,
We had a good time up there. Yeah,
Can't
that was
wait.
a blast.
And my family's from that area, so I get
so
to go
mine.
spend some time there as well. So we love Todd and Val and everything that they've brought to this tournament, and Jason and Lauren, and the new baby coming. I'm sure
the
it's
new
going to
baby
be
coming.
involved.
Couple
Yeah,
weeks.
couple weeks. They're very excited about it. They should be. I know Jason won't. That's all he talks about.
Oh my God!
That's all
I
he's
know.
texting me about nonstop. Texting
Right.
me about the baby. Did you see this picture? They get these little scans, the 3D scans. Have you seen this picture yet?
It looked like a weather system was
Yeah.
coming in.
I'm like, Jason, all right, that's cool. Thanks, man. Very excited. Anyway, listen, when Hard Rock came into the picture, it was a game changer for all of us, and we appreciate everything that you guys do very much.
You.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Love having you guys here.
Yeah, we love you too.
Thank
we love
you.
you too.
Thank you.
Yep. Hard Rock.
Hard Rock.
Hard Rock rocks. Hard Rock rocks.
It's always so nice having Susan.
She really dressed the
I love
place
her to
up.
death.
I mean, once Ferguson left, I mean, we were like the eye candy.
She made
here.
me look good too, right?
We were
Sitting
like
right
the
next to
eye
me.
candy here, and
That's
then all of a
pretty bad.
sudden we weren't.
So
I've been here like probably overstayed my welcome.
no, I think you're gonna stay the whole show, right?
Am I?
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
As
Why
long,
not?
as long as we can keep
Well,
drinking.
here's the thing, though, Mike.
As long as we can keep drinking Pups Pilar.
We can keep drinking Pop
Never a
Pilar.
spectator.
Here's the thing, though, Mike. Right? You've been on one episode, right? But I feel like you're involved in every single episode that we do because we talk about all the episodes all the time, right?
Right.
And I let you know, hey, this guy's coming on next, and we're excited about Rob coming in and Carl coming in, and George and Paul and all Castro and Ringo and
John.
right. But I want to take advantage of the fact that I have you here now, so I want you to stay.
I want you to hold me so badly right now.
I want to hold your hand.
But
Beatles.
we talked about it before. It's about community.
Yeah.
I mean, you take a look at the community you've built, I've built, Contender has built. Contenders is like a culture.
Yeah.
Or a cult. Depends how you
A
look
cult.
at it.
I like the whole cult thing.
Yeah, cults are Colts are fun. You know,
for
a while.
I like cults and kilts. Yeah.
Colts and kilts.
You know, what was that old joke? Why is there no jokes about the Jonestown Massacre?
Why?
Because the punchline was too long.
Oh.
Is that wrong?
No.
With everything going on in the
not at all.
world, with the poor people that are suffering in Ukraine,
Oh, my
with,
God.
you know, the people without health care that are getting COVID, I think every once in a while, if you could just, like, sit back and put on some headphones and talk to like-minded people and look around this room at all these very, very wealthy people that seem to be enjoying themselves getting free stuff.
Free stuff, right.
It's like, dude,
listen,
it's free.
You can't really see it on the camera right now, but there's a party over there. There's a party outside you could definitely hear, right? We got the outside patio going on, right? We got all the gifting going on. People are still walking around, mingling, drinking some rum, right? Getting some free stuff, and they're getting all their performance shirts that we made. And everyone got to take a peek at the guitar today.
Right.
And, you know, which we'll be auctioning off live
this
evening.
And, you know, there may be more than one bidder for it this year.
I have a feeling that this year, no pun intended. Well, pun intended. I always say no pun intended, but there's always pun intended. Sorry, right?
Come on.
This year, there is a real contender
Nice.
for the guitar in Papa's Pilar rum, right? So they are going to give Chris Osceola a run for his money this year, right? And so far, Chris Osceola has purchased at live auction
5.
Well, this is number 5. So we're not going to say 5 yet, right? Yet.
Fourish.
But we got a real true contender. Now, usually people try to throw their hat in the ring. Chris is always there going, nope.
He's strong.
Nope.
He's a strong supporter of charities.
He's strong.
And for, you know.
Yeah.
He always steps up.
Yeah, well, it speaks to everything we just talked to Susan about, too. You know, where that's really, you know, where the heart is at, you know, and these.
You take a look at where the Seminole tribe came, and that really hit home for me when she said, you know, they were buying our trinkets. They were coming to, you know, our experiences.
Giving us shoes.
And shoes.
Yeah.
Shoes.
Yep.
I mean, something that we take for granted.
Yeah.
It's humbling. And what are they, winning the world one hamburger at a time? And I got to say, the burgers here are awesome.
Everything here is awesome.
We're over here. We're getting smoked by the meat
you can
bones
smell it,
guys
yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everything here is awesome. Listen, I mean, we took the girls to the cafeteria area, right? And I had like these lo mein and bourbon chicken, and you're thinking, okay, it's going to be like the mall, right? No, it's not like the mall. It's fantastic.
No.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, the food for this party is outrageous. I mean, just the seafood spread and the
Right.
you know, all the food's incredible. You can tell they go all out.
They do go all out. Well, listen.
Well, they have ultra premium partners like us.
Absolutely.
They should go all out.
Absolutely.
We're used to this. We're used to this sort of treatment. I mean, there's many more people that have come up to him and I, and they want us to autograph their babies and stuff. And, you know, there's still time. I've got a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a Sharpie.
What'd you say last night? With shaking babies and kissing hands?
Shaking babies and kissing hands, baby. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Hey, listen, the bottom line is anything that Todd and Val and Jimmy touch turns to gold.
Absolutely.
It really does. I mean, you look at this tournament, you look at the Atlantic City tournament, you look at everything that they do at the South Beach Seafood Festival. I mean, it is just gold, all of it, right? This event, I can sit here and talk for 2 weeks about this event. It's really like I work it. This is my job, right? I work this event. This today is one of my favorite days of the year.
Yep.
Really, because it's just the way everything flows and the way everything puts together. I get to see all my friends, right? And I fish with half the guys I fish in this tournament, you know, and I'm creating art and I'm able to celebrate what I do with my crowd all in one place at the best place in all South Florida. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not working today. That this isn't work. It can't be work. Is it possible that this is work?
No.
No, right?
Well, it could be work.
Could be work.
I mean, I made a few bucks the other night in the lounge.
Yeah, that's good.
That's another story.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
Have you hit the tables yet?
You know what? I love the Hard Rock, but this place was not built on winners' money.
Right.
I'm one of those guys.
You didn't make any donations at the table then?
No, I'm very conservative about placing bets.
Yeah.
I watched some of my coworkers last night were playing War.
Mm-hmm.
I used to play that with my grandmother. She never took my money.
Right.
These guys were dumping money like it was nothing.
Right.
And laughing. And they say, Mike, you got to get on it. It's war. It's like, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. I'm not getting in on that.
Nice to bring it all around.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm not a big. I do like to bet on football.
Hey, sit down.
Do not like to bet on anything that has a human riding an animal's back. Don't trust it.
How you doing? Put the headphones
And what
on.
about highlight? Do you ever go to highlight for on time?
I've never been.
I don't get it. You bet on the guy with the biggest right arm? I mean, I don't know. How rigged is that sport?
Yeah.
How rigged is highlight? Come on, Dennis. You
How
know
rigged
everything.
is highlight?
Yeah.
Listen, all I know is they catch a ball in a basket like it's racquetball.
Yeah.
Right.
How do you rig that?
Who do you bet on? The guy with the biggest right arm or left arm? You get some of these guys that
I
bouncing
guess.
off the walls that look like Simone Biles. Okay, and then the next time they come out, they're holding the hammy,
Right.
and it's like, how do you bet on this stuff?
Yeah.
You just pick a number.
Yeah.
So I picked not interested.
Not in. All right.
Not interested.
I don't think I've ever seen highlight. I've been to highlight before.
Right.
I've been to Dania highlight, but highlight wasn't going. I was there for some other poker night. This is before this casino was around.
Right.
This is a long time ago. But that's the only time I ever set foot in a highlight place. Like, do they still do it?
I went there twice.
Yeah.
I still don't get it. Nah.
So joining us right now is my good friend Dawson Pritchett,
Nice.
who might be able to shed some light on this because he is with Visit Lauderdale, right? Sorry, for the fort,
good.
right? And he is the master of sports here, right?
Sports and entertainment,
Sports
baby.
and entertainment. So, can you shed some light on the highlight aspect of it?
I really wish I could come in and be like, all right, boys, here's why it's legit.
Right.
Here's why you need to go watch Highlight.
Is that mine?
Couldn't, yeah, that's all you do.
All right.
You're crushing that drink. Don't even pretend. Highlight, it's got a certain reputation.
Yeah.
No one really knows what they're betting on. To me, it's like horse racing. You're just picking colors or a name, and you're like, this sounds cool. Let's
Right.
put some money down and see what happens. And if you're pretty sure on who you're betting, it's probably because you know who's going to win.
Yeah. All right.
I don't say it for sure. I'm just saying it has a certain reputation.
You said all you can say.
Like,
All right.
Gulfstream, that's another situation. You go down there, you watch those horses. These people
Right.
are like watching these horses. They're like, oh, look how
Right.
he's trotting. Like, that's
Yeah.
a big thing right there. Like, I'm putting my money down on him. I don't think they're sitting there watching,
He's a
like, look at this
mutter.
guy sling before his
Yeah, he's
event.
a mutter.
I'm putting my money on this
yeah.
guy, throwing it.
You watch these guys out there, like I said, bouncing off walls. They're not even freaking sweating. What's going on with that?
Yeah.
Are they regulated? Or at least horses are regulated, well, to an extent. Ask Bamford, but
Well, I hate to say it too, but a highlight player is probably a little more corruptible than an NBA player. Things like that.
They're working on a little bit smaller of a salary,
Yeah.
so they're probably more inclined to take a little side money if it was offered.
Yeah, I heard that there was that one ref that got busted in the NBA. He's got a podcast now, and he's trying to like expose the entire NBA. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but
Good luck
Yeah,
with that.
yeah,
Good luck trying to
yeah.
take down $1 billion.
yeah,
conglomerate
exactly.
Like
I'm
that.
like that. Listen, buddy, I think you might be. Yeah.
if you want to pick on a
Futile
pro
effort.
sport, pick on MLB right now. Okay.
Well,
Oh my God.
don't kick people while they're down.
So when are my Red Sox going to be playing again? What I got to wait freaking forever?
Yeah, if you knew, you'd be a very rich man right now.
Yeah.
So they're canceled the first 2 weeks of the season right now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, they're just pushing everything.
And they're saying it's because of contractual things, right? They're not even saying it's because they want to shorten the season. Right?
Like America's sport is not even America's sport anymore.
No.
You know, it used to be apple pie, cut grass and baseball.
Yeah.
And now it's
I'm a purist when it comes to baseball. I really am. I really don't think they should have, like the whole starting at second base and the extra innings, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? If anything, just shorten the season, shorten the game. If you're going to change anything, everyone's worried about everything being too long, that seemed to be the only problem with the game, right?
I like it when the game goes like extra innings because that way I get an extra hour not to hold my wife that night. Just kidding, honey. Love you, babe.
It's a good thing we're not live.
Yeah.
So, Dawson, Shed some light on your world.
Oh, man.
For us a little bit.
My world. So I'm all things sports and entertainment. So I'm very fortunate to get to be a sponsor here for Jimmy Johnson. So my job is driving economic impact to this destination. So an event like Jimmy Johnson with all these fishermen coming from across the country, staying in our room nights, are generating substantial economic impact across the board, not just for our hotels, but restaurants, transportation, everything. So I'm tasked with the county to try to find events like this and incentivize them to come here and get them to drive that money here as opposed to anywhere else in Florida or the country.
That's fantastic.
So it keeps me busy, and we have a lot of great things even on the sports side. Baseball we haven't had a lot to talk about in South Florida for baseball, but hockey right now, you don't think of South Florida as hockey. We're the number one in the
Panthers
NHL right
are
now.
king, man.
Yeah.
These guys are crushing it.
I'm so proud of this team.
And not only are they number one right now, we just announced last week we will be hosting the 2023 NHL All-Star Game right here.
That's right. They just announced that. I totally forgot to bring that up to you. That's true.
Huge deal. We're very excited, especially with as well as the team is doing. We were just out there in Vegas kind of checking out how they ran it and all the events that kind of lead up and the fanfare around it. And there's fan zones. There's all these pre-parties.
How was that going to a game in Vegas for hockey? Cool?
Boy, let me tell you. Well, first of all, they had the NHL All-Star Game and Pro Bowl happening in Vegas on the same friggin' weekend. So I'm at events that have a mix of NHL players and NFL players all holding down this same club. I'm not going to give names or what happened because that just would be unprofessional of me. But let me just tell you that when you envision NHL players and NFL players in Vegas mingling, it's very much what you think you're getting.
So how's Antonio Brown?
That guy never misses a good party.
Yeah, but he can't skate a lick.
Him and Ye.
Yeah, no, the Knights Arena was fantastic. They did a great job with it. They had some cool events where they were shooting in front of the Bellagio fountain. So now we're tasked with figuring out what that version of South Florida is, where these guys are going to shoot their version of the skills games. And
that's outstanding.
All that.
The last time we had the All-Star game was in 2003?
Yeah.
Right? Something like that?
Yeah.
I think.
And the foothold in hockey in South Florida was a lot different then. They were really struggling to try to find their fan base, and now they found it. I mean, the Panthers have a very loyal fan base. They're going real strong. So the aligning of how well they're doing and then hosting this is a pretty big deal for us.
Panthers is a pretty incredible story. I mean, growing up north and playing hockey my entire life, being a Bruins fan, one of the original 8 teams, you don't think of the Lightning and the Panthers as being
good
hockey team. Good.
Yeah, right.
But they are. I mean, they're absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And
I'm really proud of this team in particular because they've built it right. They built it through youth, and this youth has grown together. And this team, like the Alexander Barkovs and the Hubertos, and they've grown together.
Right.
And it hasn't been like, oh, yeah, we're just going to buy this team. We're going to put together these pieces. This is a natural team that has been young together and is now maturing together. And it's so, I have goosebumps just talking about it because that's always the kind of team that you want, right? Because it's always, okay, you can buy your championships and you can throw this out and you can spend some money and add your pieces. And they've spent a little bit more money on the team to add the right pieces. Mm-hmm. But the core of this team has been drafted and all grown up together. And I'm really, really proud to see it.
I gotta give credit to their owner, Vinny Viola.
Absolutely.
His whole approach was we need to grassroots South Florida with hockey. Because, I mean, South Florida is pretty known as a fair weather group. If you're not, ask the Dolphins, ask the Marlins, ask the Heat. Yeah. If you're not
I don't think there's a bigger sports base that's more fair weather than ours.
Try to get out of any one of those venues at halftime, okay? Or you can't because it's jammed.
Right.
I mean, if you wait to the fourth quarter, it's much easier to get out.
I've seen enough.
No, I've seen enough.
I'm going to go back to watching my Red Sox or my So
to Vinny's credit, his whole approach was, look, we need to grow the youth movement. We need to grow the local community. So they started really growing their youth hockey programs. They have one in West Palm, here, Fort Lauderdale, down in Miami. And now he's investing in this multi-million-dollar practice facility, which will be in downtown Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Which will be very cool because it not only is a practice sheets for the Panthers and spectators because it'll be open to the public, they're also going to have the visitor sheet. So if you're from Canada or Toronto or Boston and you're down here to watch them, you can actually go watch your team practice. And then
so the visiting team's going to Now, they built this in Holiday Park, right? In the near the War Memorial,
correct.
right?
They're renovating the War Memorial, so there's going to be 2 sheets of ice, one for the Panthers, one for the away team. They're also doing a brand new restaurant there, and then a concert venue that they're partnering with Live Nation for like 4,000 people.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be a whole epicenter right there in the
So you're going to
downtown
actually
Lauderdale.
try to attract some Canadians down here.
Hey?
Eh?
Hey?
Eh?
Well, they're coming, We're just giving them more to do
oh my
now,
God.
okay?
They're all here now.
Throw me down the stairs, my shoes.
Yeah.
I tell you, they're a polite group. All right,
Yeah.
we're not mad about hosting them. Those guys they're a good group. But,
I can tell you though, now that the Panthers are good, it does take a little bit. I take a little satisfaction in the fact that when Montreal comes to town, I don't hear them going no, right? Because that was what would happen. The Canadians had a good run there a few years ago, right? And then the Panthers, we were still young and developing, and then the Canadians would come in and they would fill the place.
Oh yeah.
Like I would hate going to. They used to have season tickets. I'd hate going to the Canadian games because it would just be all them. They'd buy all the StubHub tickets out, and they'd go into the na. Hey, goodbye to the Panthers.
When I was growing up, the Canadians had like 2 good decades.
Yeah.
Okay? They had a guy named Kenny Dryden playing
Yeah.
goal. He's like 6'5". And Yvonne Cornway, Guy Lafleur. I mean, now
Yep.
as a Bruins fan then saying, please, Bobby Orr, come back.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah.
Help me.
I tell you, listen. Lay of the land for South Florida sports right now, right? You get the Dolphins are what the Dolphins are right now. Everyone wants to get excited about Mike McDaniel, and everyone's in wait-and-see mode. Have to be. They have no other choice, right? They don't even want to go where the Marlins are at right now with Jeter leaving there, and for obvious reasons, right? The Heat, outstanding. Probably one of the best-run franchises in all of sports, right? Not even just basketball, but all sports. The Heat, give it up to Mickey Arison. But you're right. Viola coming in and really developing this franchise. I have hope that it's going to be sustainable, which is really...
Yeah, and they got rid of that whole that was kind of the MO for the home games up until recently. That if it's Canadian or Northeast, it's really going to be a home game for them.
Right.
Most
Yeah.
of the fans in there were going to be others. And to the credit of their new executive staff, they've got very strategic on how they sell their tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And they've very much only opened it up to local market up until a certain amount. And so they've gotten away from that whole situation of Canadians taking over their home games.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's one of the fun things about last year when we were in the playoffs and then
Right.
going to a game this year. Like that fanfare is there, and it's actually a Panthers home game.
Right. Absolutely.
So that's
home
fun
ice
to see.
means something now. Yeah.
What I
for
can
sure.
really appreciate about the Panther games is you can go there and actually get a hand-carved sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, those turkey sandwiches there. It didn't matter with the Canadian. I didn't care about that. It's like, can I get some pepper? You know, it made me happy.
Yeah.
It's like small things, okay?
So what else does the sports and entertainment blanket cover for you?
We're everything, man. You know, we're on the entertainment side. We're big festivals like Tortuga Music Festival, which a lot of
Okay.
people are familiar with, and Odyssey Beach Festival. So Tortuga's our big music, our country music. So this year it's
Gotcha.
Thomas Rhett, Morgan Whalen, Luke Combs are some of the bigger headliners.
Nice.
Last year we just did this Odyssey, which is more pop, indie, and rock. So it was Lil Nas X and AJR and Weezer and 21 Pilots, and
Yep.
then they had Steve Aoki and stuff on the. So from a destination
Do you
standpoint,
know
it's
those groups?
managing.
I do.
I was trying to throw out a couple you might know. I'm sure on the countryside you knew a couple names.
I knew a couple, but the other ones is that
You're not the target
Steve
demographic.
Aoki,
Yeah.
Steve Aoki's a
Hippity hop.
DJ.
huh?
The Steve Aoki's a DJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He's notorious for throwing cakes on a crowd.
We have DJ Irie,
Cakes.
who's one of our guys.
like
Cakes?
birthday cakes. And I was actually backstage for his set, and when he finishes, he has like 6 or 7 guys standing backstage, and they each have a full cake in their hand. And he runs back, he grabs one, he runs out, throws it on the crowd, runs back, grabs it on. He throws like 12 cakes just on the crowd. Like it's his thing. Every
Really?
show he does, he throws cakes on his crowd.
So
Is
this
there
is
a reason why?
I don't know the honest story behind it. I just know it's what he's known for. And when he came out with his
He wants
first
everybody
cake,
to lick everybody. That's why.
the crowd lost their minds. Like everyone knew what they were there. Everyone starts throwing their hands up, like throw your cake.
so
Really?
it's like Wednesday night at Diamond Dolls.
I wouldn't know, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't help you.
He told me.
You're right,
Because he's
still
a
listening.
contender. So those are a lot of great festivals, and and I'm sure you're working with a lot of great partners on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Keeps us busy. I mean, and it's smaller things, local things too, like the Fort Lauderdale Air Show, which we have coming up.
Yeah, so it's nice to see that back.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So that went away for a little bit.
It did, and then we got that back, and I mean, it's crazy. That thing draws about 150,000 people out to the beach.
Yeah.
It's
That's insane.
a sea, and they get the Blue Angels and a bunch of those guys flying over, and they do practice rounds before the air show itself. So if you live locally, you're just on like a Tuesday, Wednesday morning, your house is getting buzzed as these guys are practicing their formations.
Our studio gallery is right on the beach on Atlantic Boulevard.
So you already know.
And that is the bend where all the Angels make their bank turns to head back to Fort Lauderdale. So we get a show. Like I don't even need to go to the Air and Sea show. Like all I got to do is just put a beach chair right out in front of my studio, and I get the whole thing.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding.
No, they cover a huge radius. That's how they
it's
get.
It's actually better because I don't have to deal with the parking. But
no, 1,000%. That's the fun of the air show. Is there's a lot of places for you to watch that thing. So, and this year it's very interesting. It actually is now taking place the week before F1, which will be down here.
Oh, that's right. You got the F1 coming.
Yeah, and it's cool because there's a lot of tie-ins. Red Bull, which obviously has an F1 team, they actually have a bunch of athletes that participate in the air show. They have their trick helicopter pilot, they have their trick plane pilot, and then they have their skydivers.
Yeah.
So they bring in a bunch of athletes for that one weekend, have them all jump out of planes. Then the next weekend they're going to bring all their F1 guys.
Really?
And fun fact, we have 5 of the 10 teams staying up here in Broward.
Wow.
Really?
Really.
Anyone staying at the Hard Rock?
Yes.
Nice.
A major team.
A major team.
A major team.
Really?
Maybe their driver won the championship this year.
Really?
Wow.
Utilizing this hotel as their headquarters.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and of course, Hard Rock being the title sponsor of the stadium, there's a lot of layover. So I know, the Dare nightclub here, there's a part of the track where it's actually going to be like a South Beach setup. They're doing sand cabanas around the bend, and then they're going to have a DJ in the middle. Hard Rock's running that whole setup.
Really?
Yeah, so their Dare nightclub, they're providing the DJ for that thing. Like, that's their turn. It's the most South Florida thing I've ever heard as an F1 track.
I'm thinking our invitations are in the mail.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I'm thinking.
I put myself on the email list. I didn't get any responses, but I figured now, since I know Dawson, things might be able to change.
That opens a lot of doors.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
Shh.
Yeah.
Did you grow up here?
I did not. I'm a Nashville, Tennessee boy.
Really?
Yes. I'm country. I know you don't hear the twang in the voice.
No,
I'm
that's
as country
cool.
as it gets.
Well, I did grow up here.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you that I'm proud with the way that things have developed in the area, like with premier locations, like this, and I often say that South Florida, if they had a landmark in our local area in Pompano, it's obviously the Hillsborough Lighthouse, right? Because everyone always loves that lighthouse. And if you look at Broward, and some people say, oh, it might be Pier 66, but the Guitar Hotel is definitely taken over as the landmark of South Florida.
Yeah, and it might just be because of sheer size.
Broward,
every plane that lands before you even get on the ground here, you look out the window and you're like, wow, hell is that thing?
When you're landing your plane, you see that guitar, you're basically telling everyone that's coming into town, like, we're a cool place.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that in Nashville, too. There's a big washboard and a banjo. Similar.
Hey, look, Nashville has turned from when I grew up there to what they are now, it's incredible. Night and day. Like when I first left Nashville and told people, hey, I'm from Nashville, I got like kind of a negative connotation. They're like, where's your cowboy boots and your country hat and your twang? Now when I tell people, like, how fun was that?
Nashville is like Austin. Nashville is one of those places, if you haven't been there, go there. And if you haven't noticed their sports team, better start waking up, man. They've got some great stuff going on up there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like my buddy Ryan Tannehill there is quarterback
great guy
for Tennessee. I love Ryan.
Great guy.
Listen, all the fortunate stuff that he's done and experienced, and I'm just very proud of him because he's been associated with this tournament in the past, the Celebrity Pro-Am. So we're just really, really proud to see all his success. Like, he's such a great guy.
You know what? He deserves everything that he's getting right now because he's always been a quality player. And when you got a running back like he has,
dude,
I mean,
well, I mean, it is kind of helpful to have the
guy
biggest
is
bruiser in the game by
the guy
carrying
is
the
like
ball for
a
you.
guard that runs like a 4.40.
Right.
Okay. Tackle B.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't think so.
No.
No.
All right. So listen, I thank you, gentlemen, for coming in. Right.
Thanks for having me.
And sharing your time with us. We got the Crook and Crook crew about to come in and step in for their segment.
Are they going to give us free stuff?
They're going to give us free stuff.
Okay.
Right.
They give me free stuff, I'll leave.
All right, yeah, I'll hand my mic over for some free
If there's no
stuff.
free stuff, I'm fucking staying.
Absolutely. Dawson Pritchett, thank you very much. Right. We'll catch up a little
Love you,
later
brother.
tonight. And
Yeah, we're going to get some drinks at this after party. It's going down.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, appreciate you guys.
Nice seeing
Jordan,
you, man.
thank
Keep
you
up the great
very
work.
much for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. Yeah.
Dennis, I'll be back.
What's that?
I'll be back.
You're going to leave for a little bit?
I'm just going to go to the restroom.
Oh, you got it. No problem. No problem. Casey, why don't you come over on this side and sit next to your beautiful wife?
I've never done this.
That's okay.
Okay.
There's no science to it. There's no, it's just, listen. The trick is this, okay? We're friends. We talk all the time.
That's true.
Let's just do what we normally do and just love each other and hang out, right?
Okay.
That's it. So joining us in all their glory are my dear friends, Casey and Lily Crook from Crook and Crook in Miami, right? Tell me, I want you to brag on Todd and Val for a little bit, if you wouldn't mind, right? Because, listen, I'm thankful that this is how we met, okay, through all the years that we've been doing this tournament together. We've all grown together in this tournament, and what we said earlier is anything that Todd and Val touch turns to gold. That's just who they are, right? But we're all friends with them too, right? So, hey, what's up? Throw them on. We're all friends with them too, right?
Correct.
Right? So we know the whole story, and what you see is what you get with them, right?
Absolutely.
So, give me your thoughts on what this tournament means to everybody in our community.
Well, the tournament I think it's an icon. People wait for it. They get ready for it. It brings on a lot of excitement in our industry, in our communities. And Todd and Valor, they bring that excitement.
Yep.
They live what they do, and you can just see it. You can understand it. You can see it. You can feel it. So they're just not great promoters. They're great people.
Mm-hmm.
So they're themselves. They're genuine.
That is it.
And I think that's what makes it. That's what just makes this tournament what it is.
I think genuine is the word.
Genuine is it.
That is true.
They drag a bunch of smelly fishermen to one swanky joint.
Right, they do. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the voice of one of my very dear friends, and you all know him and love him, regular to the show, captain of the Native Sun Fishing Team, Art Sapp. How you doing, Art?
Wonderful.
Yeah?
How's everybody?
Everyone's good.
Everybody's awesome.
Everyone's
Yay.
good. You were in the tournament.
We were in the running.
You were in the running.
Yep.
And put a little closer to it. The guys are saying they're having a tough time here. You good?
They would know.
There you go. They would know. You were in the running. You and I were talking, so I already kind of know a little bit of some of the stuff that's going on there. But how frustrating was this tournament?
What was most frustrating about it was we had a condition and we had a decent body of fish that had been around the whole week prior, the whole 2 weeks prior. And the condition was epic. I mean, we had unbelievable water in areas we had current. And typically good water, good current, and fish being around, you're going to see a real bite happen.
There was a ton of bait out there.
Unbelievable amount of bait.
You just thought that somehow with the amount of bait, the current, and the wind switching slowly out to the east, it was going to be on fire. But just didn't happen.
Wiener over here, chicken dinner.
We had a talk. All right, so we had our tournament talk episode this past Monday, right?
Yep.
And it was ahead of this tournament. And I'm sitting there making all these predictions because I'm looking at the forecast of the weather, and I'm like, this is going to be a 25-fish tournament. All this dead sailfish season stuff is going to change this weekend, and I was wrong.
Yep, I was a little more precautionary about it because I've seen how up and down it's been. But when we actually got offshore and the water and the current had held, and like you say, and the bait and all the life, the amazing amount of life, I thought, man, there's a shot, there's a chance. But typically, if there's going to be a strong bite, the vast majority of the fleet is going to know where they're going, and everybody you talk to was like, I don't know, it's north, south, and most of the what you'd call the boats that are traditionally in the top 10, 12, 15 or whatever went everywhere. I mean, it scattered out like a hand grenade. They in every direction.
Nobody knew.
So that basically meant there was no consistent
What did you
body.
do? Day one.
I pulled out front.
You
Right
went
out
out
front of
front?
Hillsborough Inlet. Went right out front of Hillsborough Inlet, and I said, if there's current here, I'm staying here. There was none. And then I sat there and flipped a coin, basically. Am I going to go north? Am I going to go south? And the problem I had with south was the current was pretty good way. It was south of Fowey the day before, but it looked good. But even in the current, there weren't a ton of bites had the day before. Some, but not a ton. And there were more had to the north in a lesser current condition. I felt like that wasn't going to last. The current was going to come up. And we did. We found current in Del Rey and considered stopping there, and then bumped to Boynton, considered staying there, and then I bumped it up to Lake Worth Pier, and there was still current but less. So I felt like there was some kind of a little body of water, a little spin right there in Boynton. So that's where we started. And it was crickets, man. I mean, it was crickets over the whole radius. We're talking about a giant boundary from southern end of Islamorada to the northern end of, to Jupiter Inlet, basically.
Yeah.
So somewhere in there, something's going to happen. And it didn't. Crickets. Like, oh, God. All right, well, we're not making a horrible decision right now. And we held it out for a bit. Saw a couple of boats get tight. Saw a kayak get tight in there.
Really?
Right in the middle of Cliff Malloch.
Oh, my God. That must have killed you.
Oh.
Really? A kayak?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
And you had one shark, too, didn't you?
We did. That was towards the end of the day. I made a jump back down to Del Rey because the current had faded out front of Boynton for a bit. And we saw great current in Del Rey early. Got down there and it had faded there, too. But it was a condition. And we got a blackfin shark, and the bonitas were eating us up pretty good. And there was life, So we'll hold here for a bit. And the trolling boat had a couple of floppers in a depth there in 180. So we fished that for a while and got nothing going. And right at noon, I said, "The hell with it. Let's go back to Boynton where maybe that current's still there." And it was, and it was a bit of an edge. And we made our day there. Had 5 shots and hooked them all. One got tail wrapped. The last fish of the day for us got tail wrapped. And in a slow deal like that, you get one tight. You want to let them jump around out there and try to get another bite because you're only having,
when sparse like that,
right? And opportunities. It may be a single fish. An opportunity may be 4 fish. So you're really hunting opportunities, and try to turn that one opportunity into a 4-fish opportunity.
Yeah.
And we had our 5 opportunities all happen to be singles, but I let that thing hang for a bit, and it got jumping around, got crazy, and got tail wrapped, and I knew it. And I got such confidence in the crew that we're going to catch the thing. I'm not worried about it, and I didn't really take the sharks into account as much as I should have. And they've been there all day, and they've been there for years now, right? So you deal with them. And the fish got on top, and I was spun pretty good at the time, and the kite line came flying, or both of them came flying in as I was starting to pour the coals to it to move on the fish and a center console, so we're working forward. And the damn thing catches me in the throat. Well, braid is sharp and small.
Yeah.
So I hesitated.
Up in the
tower.
nest?
In the tower, in the tower.
In the tower.
Yeah. So I hesitate for a second, kind of draw back, like it's kind of shocking. I'm about to get choked out by my own kites and possibly cut. And the fish is maybe 3 feet off the bow, the tail wrap fish. So this is our shot. And I hesitated, missed that opportunity, and the fish goes deep, and 10 minutes later, the sharks got him.
Oh, my goodness. Now, listen, you guys are a Miami tackle store, right?
One of the best.
Absolutely,
one of the best
100%.
in Florida.
So you got a lot of your Miami guys. Have you heard anything about your Miami guys staying in Miami for this tournament? Has anyone shared any information?
The majority of the boats came north.
Majority
they
of the
fish out
boats
of Fish Point.
Okay, so most everyone was.
A lot of them did, and what's crazy is a couple of the boats from my inlet there in Hillsborough went to Miami and stayed down there, and Louis out of Port Everglades on day 1 went south. Mo Money there, formerly salesman or Van Stroofing out of my inlet, went south. He went all the way to the Keys on day 1, and that was the big question to me. I thought Islamorada was going to win this thing because it's been the most consistent spot all year.
You did mention that
I
earlier
thought
in the week.
That was my big fear, and I wasn't going to Islamorada. It was just you got to take into account the
you got to be
mojo.
committed. You really got to be committed.
The mojo on
that
a boat too.
decision.
You take those guys on a boat ride like that, and they get down, they get frustrated, and sitting there on a boat ride for 2.5 hours before you go fishing, and knowing they got to go back.
Yep.
And it just wasn't something I was going to do.
I want to bring up one thing because Lily, you are the head of the CCA Dade Chapter.
That's correct.
Is that the proper way to title that one? Or?
That is correct. I am the local president for CCA Miami, and I also sit on CCA Florida.
On the Florida
board, yes.
Right. So we had discussed, and if I'm putting you on the spot here, you tell me right away, and I'll stop talking about
no
things.
Worries.
We had discussed a little bit of at least starting to talk about the sharking of fish, and if there's anything that the CCA could get involved with. I know that we are involved with a group that does talk to other chapters of the CCA about it, and they haven't been 100% against opening up the floor for discussion, at least from a standpoint of, because the CCA stands for the Coastal Conservation Association.
That's
right?
correct.
But it really is the true organization, maybe one of the only organizations, that is the true source for representation for anglers.
Absolutely.
Right?
That is our focus, is to represent anglers and to protect the environment, but never losing sight of the protection of anglers and their rights to fish.
Right. So I wanted to open up that commentary just so everyone is clear that that's our perspective when we talk about sharking. And we had discussed maybe for the Miami chapter that be a topic of discussion potentially.
Could very well be, yes, absolutely.
One of the authorities on the matter is sitting right next to me right now. Right?
Awesome.
We can talk about all we want. That ship has sailed. When that legislation went through banning domestic shark fin sales, there is no longer a domestic shark fishery.
So we can't even talk about it anymore.
It's a waste of time.
Waste of time. And that's a shame.
Every recreational fisherman needs to develop an appetite for bull sharks, being that sandbar sharks are federally protected and dusky sharks are, and we need to start eating bull sharks. On every trip, you need to kill a bull shark, bring it home, and eat it.
Yeah. Well, you're allowed one by Florida law, right?
Yes, sir.
You're allowed
every day. One every trip.
You're allowed one every trip.
Yep.
So and that could be part of the solution.
That is the only solution.
And it is, especially as long as you don't waste the fish.
Yes, that's the key.
Right. That's the key, because there are people that want that fish. Absolutely. There are organizations that could use that fish. That's
absolutely. Tricky too, but
that's tricky. But it is true, though.
It is true. Well, certainly, dude. Protein is important to human life.
Yeah.
And that's a very good source of it. There's no doubt about it. But it's tricky.
When I see you one fish off the lead, and I know we've already discussed that you got one shark during the tournament, it just really gets under my skin.
Yep. Time before last that we won a daily in this event, we caught a blue marlin down there off Ocean Reef, and we hooked a blue marlin with 18 or so minutes to go on day 2 that would have moved us into third place, bumped us up one spot. It would have been nice, but I'm over here a bit knuckleheaded thinking a double, and we win this event. So we hook a blue marlin, and it's burning it east. Well, that thing's taking me out of where I'm going to get a sailfish bite, so we let that thing stretch. And, of course, we're fishing 30-pound carbon for leader material. So knowing that we're putting a lot of heat on this stuff with a blue marlin, that thing's 250, 300 yards out there jumping around, ends up chafing us off while we're trying to hook a second fish to win the event. So coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? Yeah. Well, hey, listen, tough tournaments, right? Listen, you're going into day 2, and every single person is in this. Thank you so much, my friend Kyle Cooper. Handed me some more Papa's Pilar. So this is going to be my last one for a while, I have to tell you, because
this is a no judge zone here, Dennis.
Listen,
this is
when you're doing a podcast and the Papa's Pilar crew has got
right
their bar
you.
right next to you.
This is a no judge zone. You keep going.
Yeah, Can I come back and visit y'all in a bit, because I want to get my stuffs.
All right, yeah. Oh, you just got here. All right, thanks for swinging by.
Very nice chatting with you. I'll be back in a bit.
Good
to see you.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bit.
It's always nice having Art's a regular on the show, right? So he comes on all the time. He's actually part of he's part of the show. So it's always nice to have him in here. So, but I at least wanted to discuss that whole shark thing, even though he says it's a dead deal. I don't think it is.
Well,
there's always something to be done. Right?
There's always something we can do. Something to bring it up. Some discussions to be had, and then approach it from that perspective.
Can you shed some light for me and the audience on a little bit of the history of your shop?
Oh, I'll leave that to Casey, since his parents started it.
Well, my mom and dad started the business in 1958.
Wow.
Started as a marine store, and started to evolve into the fishing industry in 1965. And I took over about 1977 through 1980.
Yeah.
So we're still there. probably have one of the most complete all-round stores between fishing, marine, electronics, and apparel.
I mean, you guys are just a Miami staple. Like,
Thank
really.
you.
I mean, it's just, Crook and Crook. It is really just, absolutely, nice to see that, especially a family-owned business, just of all the things that over the years that businesses have had to endure, that you guys just come out shining every single time. And I know that it's your ethic and your love and your passion for it all that gets you through everything. And, not just that, you guys are just amazing people. And,
Thank you, Dennis.
and I'm just proud to call you friends.
Same
Like,
here.
Truly.
Same here.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much, guys, for coming on. All right, we're ready for our next transition here. Are we on the JJ Sportfish Champion right now? What's our next one here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah? Okay. Casey, Lily,
Dennis, a pleasure.
Thank you very
Pleasure.
much,
We'll
guys.
have to
Thank
do
you
it
so
again.
much.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Hello, sir.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are we on the Sportfish Champion level here? Yeah?
Yes, we are.
Are you you Captain Bill?
Yeah, Nemo.
Nice to see
Dennis.
you. I'm Dennis.
Yeah, I know who you are.
There you go.
So Art was just
Welcome
sitting
to the
here.
show. Art was just sitting here.
That's my son's godfather.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow, small
yeah.
world.
Oh, yeah. I live right in Lighthouse Point. So
Yeah?
I know you go to up to Bobby's shop every now and then
Yep.
and stuff. And
Yep, absolutely.
Art's on the radio with you all the time with the podcast.
Yep,
so.
yep. Yeah, Art's a very good friend. So tell me about the JJ Sportfish Championship. What does that entail?
Well, I guess this is the first year they decided to do this. This is our third year fishing the Jimmy Johnson tournament. We work at a company called Campbell Property Management, Campbell and Rosemary Real Estate. And so one of our guys, Gary Pyatt, who comes to this casino a lot, Hard Rock here, and he kind of got us motivated to do this. So this is our third year. And
Yep. Is Gary going to be joining us?
no, actually, he'll be here later on. He was here earlier, but he went home.
Okay,
he'll be
gotcha.
back later on. But no, so you have John Tite at the company and his two boys, Jimmy and Buddy Tite. And
Yep,
it's
absolutely.
off the wall fishing, which that kind of encompasses my cousin John Anderson on that boat, and then I fish on a boat called the Cash Money. So
Nice.
we've interchanged throughout the years, but this is kind of like a company family gig, our third year in it, and so they separated us out from being part of the sailfish part of it. So we concentrate on the meat fish, and I gather it was a tough sailfish run, and it was just as tough for the meat fish. We put a lot of hard work and effort in. We had all the right bait, and we fished all the right spots. And I'll tell you, we may have had 5 bites on Thursday, and capitalized on every one of them. And then we had about the same amount of bites, excluding sailfish, which we weren't fishing for. We caught 3, but they don't matter. But we put a 40-pound king in the boat, a 32, and another smaller 12, and never got the extra bonus fish. So
I tell you, when you have a field like this and 8 fish wins a 2-day tournament, it's not your fault. That's all I got to say.
Well,
it's the fish's fault, damn it.
Listen, when you've got sail fishermen calling a guy meat fishing to see what the currents are doing, and if I've seen any billfish, it's slow. Art even called me, Nemo, you seen anything? Well, yeah, we got a double header, but that was quick and gone. And
That really seemed how it was going. I mean, you didn't really seem like anyone was really finding the fish. Like you might have run across a couple of rogues, and then maybe a pack here and there that was quickly gone. Everything seemed very, very migratory.
Yeah, and the water was beautiful. There wasn't a lot of tide on Thursday, and I was up kind of towards the breakers and the South Juneau, but bait was everywhere. Flyers getting up everywhere. You knew either a dolphin or sailfish were pushing
The conditions seemed right,
and
didn't they? The conditions.
You were in the right place.
Yeah.
And and so I'm like, like I said, we're not really paying attention to the sailfish part of the leaderboard, but it's like, the boys on the boat are like, oh my God.
Yeah.
8 fishes winning this tournament. We're like, Excuse me? I mean, I don't think it was last year. It was 18 or something 20.
No, it was like 26. Yeah.
I mean,
with
like
the
a crazy number.
With a grand slam on top of it.
Right, exactly. I mean, it was bonkers last year. It was night and day. This entire season's been kind of, hit and miss and slow. And so I just want to introduce, joining us on the other side of the table here, Captain Jim Puller, right? And the owner, Mark Osheroff. No? Who's with us here?
Is Mark Lopez. He's one of our. We have like
I got Mark on my list here. I was like, man, you on the boat.
We have Marks all over the boat.
What are you, like in your 20s?
I'm 22, yeah.
Like the owner of the boat. From team, am I saying this properly? Oh, shit.
Close.
Right?
Shit.
Shit. All right, cool. You guys are the Hard Rock champion of the event. So take me through what's the difference between the JJ Sportfish champion and the Hard Rock champion.
Okay, it's like two tournaments in one. We're fishing the JJ, but the Hard Rock is an invitation only for the high rollers of the Hard Rock.
Gotcha.
And they get them together for their own little tournament on the side.
Okay. Where you saying this is the first year that they're doing this?
No. This is our third year.
Well, this is the first year they separate out the Sportfish side of it.
Right.
So
okay.
We're not included in there. They catch a meat fish. They have their own section.
Right.
We're outside of them.
Understood. So Art was just here, and he was kind of taking us through some conditional aspects of the whole entire thing. Now, he said he went right out front. Listen, to anyone who's ever listened to this show, when we say right out front, we mean Hillsborough Inlet, right? So when we say we go right out front to us is Hillsborough Inlet. This is a Pompano show. Even though we're down here in Hollywood today. So he says he tried it out right out front, and then he wasn't really convinced on Miami. He felt Islamorada was going to be the spot, but he didn't want to be committed to get all the way down there and then, be holding that in your hands if it doesn't work out, which is completely understandable. So he headed up to Boynton. What was your mindset, all you guys? What was your mindset and what your moves were going to be on day one?
I grew up fishing off of Miami, and I'm more comfortable there. So if the conditions are right, that's where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the conditions were there. There was a south current, unfortunately, but there was really pretty water.
Yeah.
And we had seen a couple of fish the day before down there. So that's where I went. And, I mean, it was slim pickings. You had to drop in front of a couple, and we did. We were able to the first day, just got a few.
Yeah.
And, second day, I wasn't sure because it was such a slow bite. But, again, we had seen enough, and it was slow everywhere for the most part. So I said, let's just go try it again. If we get a few more, that might be all we need.
Okay.
And, it sounded like there was a little bit of a better bite up north. But even then, some of the guys up there weren't seeing them either. So
a better bite. It's tough to say. I don't think it really mattered where you're at. I think it just really mattered where the fish were going to run across your spread, right? I mean,
I'm not so sure they weren't
every
there.
time. But, I mean, really more so because, like a lot of times you'd be like, oh, they're up north, or oh, they're up in Jupiter, or oh, they're up there, up at the tower, or Loran Tower, or that's where they're at today, we know where they're at. But today, this tournament, these past 2 days, it just seemed like it was just they were everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Well, right?
I think if part of our Sportfish part of this tournament series is that, there were a lot of nice fish caught off of Miami in the weekend previously,
Mm-hmm.
nice meat fish. And, and we're out of Hillsborough Inlet, so it's like, do we run south? Do we go fish Miami, or do we go north? And then I had some friends that fished north that did well the previous week. So we kind of hit some spots that they said were good, but they weren't so good this week.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think we capitalized 5 bites on the first day. We caught 2 ware fish and maybe 4 or 5 bites the second day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we probably felt as bad as the sailfish guys, I mean, and in fact, I had guys that were caught and talked to a couple of guys, and they were like, "Oh, you got a double header?" Yeah, we weren't trying. We had titanium, and they're like, "Well, we saw 2 floppers," So, and like you said, fishing out front Hillsborough Inlet and Art being right there, and I think the guys that won this thing were fishing basically from Boynton Inlet to the Ritz, and they fished that little body of water. And Thursday was very little current, if any, and maybe south. And then there was a good current on Friday, and it was snotty, wash machine, whatever. But we struggled hard. We saw all the flyers getting pushed, and we knew there were sailfish and dolphin, small dolphin, pushing them all. But
yeah, we did see quite a few little dolphin too. Try to stay away from them. Try to stay away from them.
We caught them, they don't weigh.
After day one, I was like, okay, well, it's going to pick up on day 2.
That's what we all
the conditions are going to liven up, right? And it's going to start going off. It really is. I really thought that for sure, and it just didn't. You know, I mean, a couple guys got a couple doubles, you know, and that was good to see.
You see that northeast wind, you think it was going to change everything, and the bite was going to pick up, but unfortunately, it didn't.
No.
There was a good current up by us, good north current, and there's a tailing condition. I mean, we saw a dolphin coming down. We could see him coming. We got another sailfish the second day, but I swore I thought it was going to go off. I mean, I thought I was going to see numbers in 10, 15 for that day.
Yeah. I started down off Miami. I ended up going up off of Hollover because it started to move north a little bit there, and I'm thinking, okay, good, just a little bit of north current. You know, it's looking so good. I mean, the blue water pushed all the way in on the reef. I mean, it just looks so good.
Yeah.
And you just sat there. I think something happened in the afternoon. There were a couple of bites. We got a couple of bites late, and so did another boat near us. And it looked like if we had like another hour, that it looked like they were going to start popping up at that point. But obviously that wasn't the case.
It did start to heat up a little bit in the afternoon on day 2, which was nice to see, you know. And at least we got that out of some of the teams. You know, I'm proud of our FFMD guys, our fishing from us.
Yeah, I heard them
Paul
calling
Robertson,
in quite a bit.
You know, those guys, those are just, that's just one of the nicest group of people that you could ever be associated with. And, you know, they are from Maryland, and they come down and they fish the entire circuit every year. And, you know, it was really nice to see them get some success finally in these tournaments. I know they work really hard at it, and they're great people, so they deserved it. So it was nice to see them have a hot afternoon. But I know the majority of the teams in this tournament, and I just talked to so many of the guys after, and everyone said the same thing. We would have had it. We missed this one fish. We would have had it. We lost one at the boat. We would have, you know, and you hear.
We got our last fish at 3:59.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize that we actually needed that fish for what we were fishing in the Hard Rock part of it, because Wade fish also counted towards the point total.
Yeah.
There were 3 boats at that time. We each had 3 fish, but I didn't realize one of them had weighed in a fish.
Yeah.
Even though we had them on time with the sailfish, they had weighed in a fish. So I didn't know that we needed that last fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So at 3:59, we caught that last fish on the second day.
Oh, boom.
and that was it.
Yeah, well, good for you. But congratulations.
I'm glad I didn't know while we were fighting that fish.
Probably better off you didn't know. Probably. Yeah, I would have to say.
Definitely.
Well, another thing that was interesting is that because of the fishing being so slow, anybody had a chance.
Yeah,
absolutely.
On the dailies. I mean,
absolutely.
You could go from 0 to hero that
one
quick.
little wolf pack. That's it. You get 3 or 4 fish and you're there.
I thought on the second day with one boat got a quad.
Yep.
I think.
Well, I think
Who
the
got a quad?
Lunatico. I think the Lunatico did. They won.
Did they get a quad?
They did. That's what I heard.
I didn't realize that they actually got a quad. Now, a good friend of mine, Alan Esquage.
Yeah,
right.
I grew up with his dad, Mark.
Yeah, Mark's the fireworks king, right? So, you know, Alan, he's 22 years old. Just finished the fire academy. Great kid. We both went to the same high school together, not
Cardinal
the same
Gibbons,
time.
right?
Yeah, Cardinal Gibbons. We're both Gibbonites, and I'm watching the whole thing on Catch That. And I see that last fish come in.
He
it
caught
says
it.
Alan and Squage. We just call him Squeegee, right? And I'm just like, I got a frog in my throat and almost a tear came to my eye. Now, they had already technically won the tournament on time with 7.
Right.
But that was really the nail in the coffin. And I talked to him shortly after the tournament. He said he hooked that up at 3:58. There he is, right there. At 3:58. And then, you know, and I'm just so damn proud of him. I really am. I really am. And then, you know, those guys are coming up here to be on the show next, and we're going to give them all the accolades in the world that they deserve.
They've done well in other tournaments, but
listen,
to win this one was huge.
This kid's a ninja. He really is.
Well, you know, he's one of those kids that was a grinder from the time he was a little kid. He fished bridges, canals, piers, and then worked his way catching bait, and then boats, and then he kind of worked his way up. And
a lot of people wonder what the future of fishing looks like, and this is it. What's coming up next on the show? This is the future of fishing, and this kid's an animal, and he's smart, and he's nice, and he's absolutely hilarious. He likes to have a good time, that's for sure. So he'll be coming up on the show here shortly when the rest of his team arrives. So, but listen, I want to thank you guys for coming on the show and congratulate you all for putting in the work, because listen, win, lose, or draw in this tournament, It was not an easy one to fish.
Nope.
You know, I've been there. I know what it's like staring at those corks and just waiting and waiting and waiting, and the sun beating on your chest, and you're just like waiting and waiting. I'm like, man, we just need some action.
That's pretty much how it was.
Yeah, that's it. And then you're just like, you know, you try to do things to break up the monotony, and it's tough for 2 full 4 o'clock days to go through and, you know, and just not catch a bunch of fish. But you guys stuck with it. You pulled it out. We got our JJ Sportfish champion. And we got our Hard Rock champion here, and congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
For putting in the work.
Appreciate
it's
it.
a pleasure meeting you. And listen,
we'll see you back at home.
Lighthouse Point guy, I want you back in the studio, please. You got to come on with me with Art one of these times.
I'll do
all
it.
right? Yeah,
I'll do it.
for
Sounds
sure.
good. Enjoyed it.
Appreciate
Gentlemen,
it.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Osh it. All right.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, so I'm rolling solo here for a little bit, right? Alan, you get the rest of your team coming? All right, sit down with me. Tell them we'll talk till they come. My man.
What's up, buddy?
My man. I am proud of you.
Thank you.
Mother effer. Listen, just to give some people, we kind of, you probably couldn't hear what we were talking about when you were out there. We built you up a little bit before you came on the show,
Well,
right?
I appreciate that.
Right, so we talked about, you know, our backgrounds together and everything like that. So we kind of prefaced the crowd. They all know who you are right now. But I just want to let you know that I did, look closer, right? I did call you the future of South Florida fishing.
Future.
Right? So
I appreciate that.
You can get
a big
embarrassed
honor.
about that all you want,
No,
but you
that's a
put in
big
the work,
honor.
brother.
Thank you.
You have put in the work since you were a little kid.
And it finally paid off.
Right? And you're up there throwing flats off the bow.
Mm-hmm.
And at 3:58, we see
it just came official. 3:59 and 42 seconds.
And 42. I talked to Brick, who is the master of deciding all these things.
Yep.
I talked to him earlier, and he goes, "No, we counted that fish.
It's official. Yeah,
It's
we just got
official,
word
yeah.
probably 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I knew it though. Like
Yeah.
I knew it last night.
Yeah.
He's like,
Fucking squeegee.
He's like, yep.
God damn it, squeegee.
And so,
hey,
that whole flatline thing, it was brought up on Wednesday. Who wants to fish it? And I
Me?
was like,
Oh,
I'll
sorry.
do it.
Yeah.
You know, shit, I'll do it.
That's my. I don't know.
Fished it
that's
all
my
day
favorite spot.
Wednesday. Fished it all day Thursday. You know, I caught mahis and bonitas and kingfish, and I was like, just give me one bite. And Friday, you know, we're counting down, checking who's tight and whatever. And I look at Cap. I go, I'm bit. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm bit. Come tight. Next thing you know, head comes out of the water and go, it's him. It's fucking him.
Yeah, but that was padding, though. Y'all
Yeah,
already
it was
won the
padding.
fucking
Icing
term,
on the
just
cake.
padding.
You know,
It was
but
padding,
still.
but yeah, no, that wasn't padding. That was nail in the coffin.
Nail in the coffin. You know,
Precisely,
it's just
precisely. It's a good
it's
feeling,
stuff
isn't it?
you dream about. You know,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
doing them things, scenarios in your head, and
You see
I'm
that sailfish
imagining
dancing,
stuff
and you're like,
happen,
you
yeah.
see that sailfish dancing, and all you can think about is we won.
we won.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and
yep.
that morning, Friday morning, we were running the beach down south, and saw a ballyhoo spray, and we pull up to it. We found 4 fish, sails out of the water, billing up ballyhoos, and like it was like 35, 40 feet of water or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is at 7:58 in the morning, and we're like, Jesus, we're about to catch a
Yeah,
quad.
tell me about the quad.
Yeah, this is before the quad.
I actually
you know,
just found out about the quad. I didn't realize you guys
Yeah.
actually had a quad.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
that was,
Well,
it
no,
was
I'm
actually
more interested in this ballyhoo
Yeah,
thing. Where
so-
the fuck were you? What happened?
them shallow wrecks off Boyne, just
Okay.
south of Boyne.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
that's where you were.
So we
close.
pull up. We clear as day. There's 4 guys on the bow with spinners, with hook baits. We're watching these fish, sails out of the water, just swimming in circles, balling these ballyhoo up. And we're like, all right, turn the cameras on. We're about to catch a quad. 7:58, 7:59. We're offshore, you know, just cast downwind. And at 8 o'clock, all 4 fish just fade out. Pitched all the baits, and you're like, you got to be shitting me. Like,
Yeah.
So we fished that area for the next 3 hours. Never got a bite. You know, looked good. Never got a bite. And so we pick everything up. We're running to the north. We're running. And
Saw y'all run by me.
yeah, we stopped right off Lakeward Pier.
Grab Jimmy.
And Colin's like, we'll put them up for 15 minutes. Bump offshore in like 80 feet of water. We put them up, and he goes
He started in 80 foot and bumped
80 foot.
offshore?
Yeah, bumping offshore.
How the hell are you supposed to fish your spinning rod? He's starting like that and running you
Oh
over.
no! So we'd start in like 90, let the spinning rod out, and then he'll slide back in, and then kind of just keep creeping.
Working up. Okay.
And He goes, all right, there's 3 fish coming. And we're going to look, and right long gets bit, right middle gets bit, right short gets bit, and then left middle gets bit, left short gets bit. We hook a 5-banger, and we're like, oh, shit. Like, this is fuck. And we're by ourselves. There's nobody, like, by ourselves. One comes off, and then the 4 fish go off short, easy, like textbook, easy as can be. Here comes one, leader. 10 seconds later, here comes another one, leader. Here comes another one, leader. Here comes another one, leader. And it was just 4.
Boom,
perfect.
boom, boom, boom. For real.
Like perfect.
Wow.
Textbook, like how you want it to work. And it worked.
When that starts, you know shit's about to go down.
Squeezy's a ninja. You know he is. He's all over the deck, right?
Yep.
Now listen. So I made a little bit of a bold statement here, right? Before he came on, and I told him to his face, and I'm going to say it with you on the line here because, listen, this kid's the future of fishing here in South Florida. Now, I know you know a lot of kids that know what they're doing, right? This kid, he's the man. And I am very happy that he's able to cement himself here a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
But I'm looking at this guy. That's my idol.
This weekend, but
no.
That's my idol.
Listen, art's not the future of fishing. Art is fishing.
That's who I grew up watching. You know, going to the Pompano Rodeo at 6, 7 years old, doing the little weigh carts and watching him weigh all those fish.
The now of fishing. There's still a few gents ahead of me that
Stop it.
No. There are guys that absolutely have earned their place that are currently still active and currently still the best doing it. And
but you're one
I'm
of them.
still not yet. I'm still working my way there.
Stop it,
dude. This
He's
isn't
humble.
trying. No, this
He's
is
humble.
not humble. This is reality. You better still be learning from your elders, and these gents are older than me.
Listen,
and even one lady.
Listen, I know that you don't want to admit this because you feel like you stopped once you started admitting this. So, please, sir.
But it's true.
How you doing?
You're the one I grew up
Another
watching.
fucking winner over here. God damn it! Stole my rings. Proud of you, gents. Real proud of you guys. Did a great job.
But
For
I
sure.
got a good picture.
you,
Hold
sir.
on. Shit.
State name and rank, sir.
Where's Bernard?
Name and rank. Where's
Danny Friesmith. Just,
there it is. Yeah,
another
that was years ago.
Mate
Wasn't
on the boat with
2014.
Yeah.
Alan just got done finishing telling us about the quad.
Yeah. So I want to know who fluffed off the 5th one.
Yeah, who lost
It
the 5th
wasn't
fish?
really a fluff off. Like,
Listen, the thing didn't get caught.
It didn't get caught.
Somebody had
that's
rod
true.
in
It's
hand.
true.
Was it the flat on the bow?
No, there was so much shit going down. The fish
sounds
jumped
like it
over
may have
that
been him.
fish. No, I didn't lose it. I stayed far away from that. I don't want nothing to do with that. I had a GoPro in my mouth and the radio. That's all I need. And a spinner.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with that.
It was not Alan.
It was not me.
I'll vouch for that. He fished the flat line hard for 3 days straight. So
but I did
got
lose one last
rewarded.
weekend.
Yeah.
It happened.
I did.
Listen,
I
it
lost
happens,
one last
dude.
weekend.
We've all missed them. I've missed a few in my life. It's certainly going to happen.
Take me through. Take me through 3:59 and 49 or 46 seconds, and with the emotion on that boat.
So
tell me how that felt.
Well, Cap said, "Hey, roll the cameras," and 3:59 rolls around, and Alan says, I'm bit," and we didn't even have time to call in a hookup on the radio, but we had it all time stamped on the
video,
cameras,
though. Yeah.
and then we had Alan, rod bent over in the bow, and it was an insurance fish for us, really. I mean,
You know what that was? That was really just like a walk off.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I
Sure.
mean? That was a walk off home run.
There's nothing better.
Yeah.
And it just gave us a little buffer.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew if something went wrong, God forbid, another fish gets DQ'd or something like that, we missed something. It's just a little buffer for us, But
I was just telling him though, you see that thing dancing, and then everyone just
like,
looks at it
that's
and goes,
it.
"We won."
We were ecstatic.
Yes.
I mean, we had the music was pumping, I had the radio to my ear, and I want to make sure that the boats right behind us weren't hooked up at lines out.
How scary was it when you heard Louis calling a hookup? Boat 71 hooked up.
Oh man,
you
too.
No, I didn't bother calling it in.
Yeah.
We had a blue marlin tied at that point. I didn't bother calling it in because at that very moment when it wasn't right at the end. It was just before that. Whatever. I need 2 to win, so I'm not gonna. You always hear that plethora of boats hooked up.
Yeah, hooked up.
I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna be that until I know. 1, I know it's a billfish, and 2, we're seconds left or whatever, and whatever we've already discussed what we ended up doing with that stupid ass blue marlin. But
I heard about that. Jimmy said it was a nice one too.
It was a good 200-pounder, going for a win rather than going for moving up in the ranks. But again, though, this was a 1 tournament event, so points don't matter, right? Let's try to win this damn thing. So we faded in there and stayed. And
yeah, when you know you need that, you need those extra couple of fish, and one fish ain't gonna make a difference.
I'm trying to justify the decision still, and I'm still not sure it was right. But catch a blue marlin in a sailfish tournament, it's cool.
Pretty cool, yeah.
I gotta say, I mean, if you land that fish, you bump up another spot or two, right?
Yep.
But that would have been a cool way to close it.
It would have been. It would have
agree.
been a satisfying ending to what. And that was a crazy thing, guys. The fucking condition there should have been a 40-plus fish
100%.
event.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's right. So we had tournament talk on Monday, right? And I'm looking ahead to the conditions, and I'm seeing it turn on Friday. That's why I told him, I'm like, I think this is going to be another 25 fish tournament. And then I thought for sure, like after day one, I was like, all right, but Friday is going to turn up.
When that wind come up,
it looked good. I mean, good water, good current, baits, mahis, bonitas, everything. You know,
it had all the
textbook. Like, they're going to bite.
Yeah, what's crazy is right at the end there, I moved to a piece of water down there off of Del Rey that really turned up green blue edge. It was shocking. There's flying squids everywhere, flyers everywhere, and we start getting eat up by these tiny little peanut mahis. At one point, I hollered out, "Boy, things are here. A blue marlin in here. Eat one of these things." 5 minutes later, enough. Jimmy tight on the spinning rod, sizzling, and he comes flying back at him. No jumping, comes flying back at him, gets on the bow and then takes it due east. We're thinking this thing just turned into a yellowfin maybe or something. Yeah. And no, I keep bringing it up because I'm still trying to justify that goddamn decision. Oh well. Anyway.
It's still badass though. That's still cool.
I came in late to the party, but he tell you about the bluefins we saw.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Go on.
Uptailing?
Tell us about that.
I mean, up on the top, eating our kite bait.
You got bluefins. You got squid. You got ballyhoo. You got little peanuts. You got bluefins. And you're telling me that this is an 8-fish tournament?
It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But
tell me about the bluefins.
We're in like what?
We were
80 feet of water off the rock piles.
80 feet of water. Sitting out front of there in Palm Beach Inlet. Right off Dodge Ball there. And,
day one or day two?
Day one. Day one.
Oh, so y'all were right there in the majority of the bite on day one too then?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Colin goes,
we caught our fish,
there's something big back there. I don't know what the hell it is, and he goes, oh. That's bluefin.
Two
of
them back there. He said they look like torpedoes back there in the water.
They're coming.
But
that's like that conditions with them fish. All them white marlin being caught, the blue marlin, the bluefins. That's like the stuff you want. The tailing conditions down in the Keys. There should be a plethora of fish there. You know?
Yep, no doubt.
It shouldn't take 8 fish to win.
Too.
You know, really no like.
Not with this field.
No.
Yeah, no doubt. And what's interesting is I haven't heard the boat come through saying, oh, we had the bites and, 10, 12, 14 bites in a day that just none of them worked out, which is typically even on these slow number days that somebody
lands on them,
and it just didn't happen.
Them guys on the, it's the IYC boat. They caught 11 on Tuesday, all pointing. They went 11 for 11, or whatever.
Cappy had a pile of bites in there on Tuesday.
That's it. Cappy was on that boat.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
so it was 11. But then they went back there Wednesday, never saw a fish.
Yep. It was weird. It happened late there off of Boynton on Thursday. Oh, they went back. That's right. They went south on Thursday, Friday.
They started to bite off Hillsborough on Friday afternoon.
I heard. Yeah. It was Utopia.
Utopia went down there, but them boys, Hunter Irvine, Cameron Avon, and them. They went out at like 12 o'clock. One kite, one flat line. It's like, he's texting me. He goes, caught one. I'm like, that's cool. Then he goes 2, then 3, then 4.
How did I not get that call?
Hunter?
Where's Timmy Maddow?
Yeah, little Hunter. Little Hunter. But Timmy wasn't fishing with him. But, and I called Cam. I was like, where are you? He goes, I'm off Blue Roof right now. He goes, it looks sick, whatever. And then, Utopia went up there, and he swears if he had another 30 minutes,
he wins a tournament.
He wins a tournament, Yeah,
I was proud of Jonah Bennett got a sail release in the tournament. I'm very happy to see that. Yeah.
Which boat was he fishing?
He's an upcoming kid too.
He was on Utopia.
He's a good kid.
That's why I brought it up. Yep.
He's a very good kid.
He's very, very up and coming, and he's another one just like you. He's ever since he's a little kid, just hardcore and dedicated.
Just fishing. Man. I got a funny video of him. He went goggle eye fishing. He's sleeping in the corner of the boat, leaning up against like the leaning post, standing up, sleeping. Just tired, just out. He's talking about fireworks.
But he's way too young to be getting conked out on the boat.
But he's a grinder.
Yep.
What's that?
Can you let his dad pop in real quick?
I got to go check in with people real quick. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Excellent job. We'll check back later.
Hop over on the other side.
Bring Bernard over here.
Hop
he
over.
shows up.
Yeah. Where's Bernard?
I don't
Bernard's
know,
here?
Bernard said he was going golfing. He said he was
Golfing?
coming, but he was golfing
Come on.
or something, you
Yeah.
know.
All right, we're going to switch sides. I wanted you next to me here. A little closer. Put that a little closer to you.
Hey.
There you go. You good?
I think so.
I want to ask you a question. How proud are you of this kid?
Extremely.
And we're here with Alan's dad.
Extremely proud of him.
Squeegee Sr.
Squeegee Senior.
Yeah, it's good, but I just now we can help us with the 4th of July a little bit.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
That's
some
what-
Well,
fireworks.
he did a good
money.
job lighting all your fireworks, son. I saw him putting his head in the mix and getting it all done.
You guys
you
haven't
not.
seen it. You guys haven't seen my 4th.
No, it's absolutely insane.
You have.
It's absolutely insane.
You haven't.
I've
seen
seen,
it.
I've seen it. Yeah, yeah. He's gonna.
I
He's
get-
gonna,
I
he's gonna make
get-
a great fireman.
But that I just want to say with that, there's another gentleman sitting off my.
That's where I started.
This is where he
Dennis.
start, this guy right
Yeah.
here.
That's who I started
The
with.
fireworks?
No, fishing.
Fishing with that's McMahon.
That's who I started
That
with.
was his
Oh,
boat. He had
okay.
a 22-foot
Nice.
Mako,
Nice.
And-
12 years old.
and that's
10
that's
years
the guy
old.
that started him on that. Or
Excellent.
he was already fishing, but
Yeah.
Pat sort
First
of was,
tournament. Those were
Awesome. Listen, Lunatico, champions
champions.
in the Ring of Honor. You guys are
The
getting
ring.
rings. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You
Thank
guys
you very
just
much.
won the biggest tournament of them all.
Thank you.
You earned it.
It's surreal.
It is.
Right.
It honestly, it hasn't set in yet.
sunk in yet.
It'll
really
sink in. It'll
hasn't.
sink in tonight.
It'll
Yeah.
sink in tonight.
It'll
Like,
sink when
it
you
was-
hold your
it was
golf checks. It'll sink in.
The longest
Right?
4 hours of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last
How-
4 hours
yeah.
of yesterday.
Don't even talk about it.
Yep.
Don't even talk about it.
359.52.
Yep. I
Oh,
want to
my
thank you,
God.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Very
Dennis.
much. Right. And listen, I know we say there wasn't a ton of fish caught in the tournament, but listen, it still brought the noise. It was still very intense.
It was
because
intense.
because it doesn't matter what the numbers are in this tournament. It was close.
It was very,
And
very
I'm going to
close.
tell you one thing right now.
Uncomfortably
With an
close.
8-fish tournament, any team
Any
could have
game.
turned it on.
You catch a 5-banger, you're
Yeah,
in first.
and
you know,
anything could have happened to switch this one. It's not like last year when it's like, all right, no one's catching 26.
20. Yeah.
Right?
It's out of the
Okay,
bag.
maybe
This one,
Art
it's-
made his move at the end and he started creeping
Yeah.
on it.
Once
yeah.
he started catching them, I go, oh God, here he
Yeah,
comes.
but you know,
know,
if you got 15 fish last year,
you're feeling good.
you're you're out of it.
Yeah.
Because Ichi's got 26, and
Yeah,
you're
you're
like,
not-
we're not even
yeah,
close. We're not
right.
even going to get money with 15 fish. And geez, here with 15 fish, you would have cleared the field.
Oh, this year
Yeah.
is anybody's
Right?
game.
Anybody's game to the
anyone's game.
final minute.
Especially
Anyone's
with
game.
the multiple fish that were around. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
could have pulled that off at the last minute. Caught a
Yep.
double or a triple and jumped us. So it
Just-
was
we caught
it was a
ours
whirlwind
early.
of emotions. But
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you did it,
We did it.
right?
We did.
You did it.
We did
It's
it.
a done deal. It's in the books. You guys are champions.
Yes, sir.
And I'm
Yes, sir.
proud of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Team Lunatico has
job. Good
done
job.
it.
Thank you, Dennis.
I think
Thank you.
we are going to end the podcast here, right? And we are going to call it a day from the Jimmy Johnson. I want to thank all the guests that came on today, including Mr. Johnson, Coach Johnson himself. And he said something that I want to end on today. When he said about putting together champions and putting together teams, because he's in the Hall of Fame, and he always said, oh, it's all about the team I was around. It's all about putting together the team I was around, right? And he said something that really resonated with me. He goes, as long as you can find someone who's willing to work hard, put in the work, make the sacrifices, put in the extra hours, you're going to be successful because the rest can be learned, right? And I know that you guys put in the work.
Finally
you worked
paid
hard,
off.
and it paid off, right? Nothing but success for you guys in the future. I
Thank
know
you very
it,
much.
for sure.
Thank you.
So, we are signing off, as we traditionally do, right? If you're in the market for a new truck or vehicle, please contact our friends at Joey Carty Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They will hook you up as long as you say that you were sent there by the Connected by Water podcast. And we want to thank our friends from Papa's Pilar Rum to remind you never to be a spectator. They joined us this evening. We talked a lot about community, and it is true. We're very thankful to have those guys really running the show or keeping the lights on our show here. And I want to end it like we always do. Your ego is not your amigo. Always do your best, and at the end of the day, just let God do the rest. And do not ever forget that no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, we are all
connected by water.
Thank you, sir. Jimmy Johnson, 2022, we are out.